Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 7th episode of the Boys in the Bathroom podcast. Today, we have myself, Aidan.
Me, Haven.
Me, Daniel.
Me, Cameron.
And we are in the great presence of one Mr. Shane. Go ahead, Shane.
How are you guys doing today?
Oh, just dandy. Thank you very much.
This fine, fabulous day. I'm very happy to be here with the boys of the bathroom.
You definitely sound like it.
It's an honor to be in the bathroom.
It is an honor to be in the bathroom, even though I'm in my bedroom rather than my bathroom.
We don't tell them that we're not in the actual.
Aidan, cut that out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you cut that out?
Can we retake? Can we retake?
Ruined
From the top.
All right.
Aidan just editing a bunch of quacks over and over and over again. So
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Shane. You're going to start us off. Just tell us about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Shane. I don't know how much y'all know about Haven, but Haven and I go to the same college. I've known Haven for a few years now. We've been very good friends for a while, and we're going to be roommates this upcoming semester.
yes, sir.
On campus. Heck yeah! And he very kindly asked me to be on the show for this episode, and I said, of course, because why would I not? I go to school for acting. I'm training to be an actor. I'm part of like an acting BFA at my school. I'm very much into metal music, and I'm a decent metal screamer, if I may say so myself.
I think that's valid. I think that's a valid claim.
That's a valid assumption I could make about myself. I haven't been doing it for too long, but for the amount of time that I've been doing it, I feel like I've progressed quite a bit.
Definitely.
Some other things about myself that I can tell you. I have my own podcast that we haven't made an episode in quite some time.
It's okay. We
But
haven't.
I want to I want to talk to my co-hosts about that, and I want to kind of start it again. I have a podcast called The Quarantines. We made it like early quarantine for Corona because we were bored. And yeah, again, we haven't done it in a while, but I kind of want to do that again, so I'm going to talk to them about it. And also, my brother and I might start a podcast here pretty soon called Beef Brothers.
Well,
because that's just what we call ourselves, the Beef Brothers.
either way, we would love to do a collaboration, do a crossover episode. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
We can. I'll try to make that happen, dude. I'll get a hold of Beef Brothers. That might be a while before that happens, because again, we're still figuring that one out. It's not a thing yet. It's in production, but Quarantines. If we ever get back together, I'm still friends with it. We talk all the time, but if we ever like get the show back together, yeah, I'll pitch the idea. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Perfect.
And
Creators-
they say Endgame was the most ambitious crossover.
Creator supporting
Fools.
For anyone who doesn't know who I am or wants to know more about me, who's listening to this podcast, my Instagram is shane.calderon. If you just type in Shane dot, I'll probably pop up.
He's
My like logo is a picture of me with like some kind of pumpkin makeup on. It's pretty cool.
He's a very handsome man. Don't be startled if you find him.
Whoa. That's false advertisement.
False advertising.
I do like my beard though. I'm very much a stickler for beards.
Yeah.
I think beards look really cool, and I have a pretty nice beard myself, if I may pat myself on the back.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. I take very good care of it. I brush it, I comb it, I put oil in it, and I put balm in it. I like wash it and everything. I wish it would grow faster.
Speaking
But
of things that grow very fast.
All right,
Grapes?
Haven. Got to go in that direction.
What?
Oh wow! No, I was gonna talk about the thing because it grows very
Alright.
fast.
Yeah. So
speaking of things that grow,
He means
very
the
thank you.
movie.
Thank you for talking to us about yourself, Shane. So, yeah, we'll just go right into the recommended media. If you guys don't
Alright.
remember last episode, Daniel recommended us to watch the movie The Thing,
To be more
the
to be more
1982
precise,
The Thing.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
1982.
Yes.
Yeah, filmed in 1982 or released in 1982. Probably filmed in 81.
Now, Dan,
Um,
can you tell us why you chose this amazing film?
Yeah, just
Well,
talk
I
to
shall
us
tell
about
you.
The Thing. You know,
What thing?
The Thing.
Oh, The Thing. I
Yeah,
got
that
you.
with that
thing.
orange dude from Fantastic Four.
No, not that thing. The other
Oh,
thing.
okay, wrong thing.
That
The other
eyesore.
thing.
So, The Thing is a movie from 1982. It's if you don't know anything about it, it's basically Among Us, but a movie and much higher stakes because there's this alien going around, and this alien can take the form of anything, any organic matter that it eats, and it's kind of like, oh, who's the thing? We don't know. And Kurt Russell wears the Arby's hat.
And I believe it takes place in Antarctica?
Yes, it does it takes place in a research facility in Antarctica
Yeah.
with Kurt Russell and I think 8 or 9 other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommended this because it is my favorite horror movie of all time. I think it's the best argument for why practical effects are better than CGI. And yeah, it's just a really, really damn good movie.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right. So we're gonna
Shall we-
talk about it
Yeah.
through the order of Discord and then rate
Yeah,
it
Go
after
with
it,
everyone
boy.
talks about it.
So then Aidan, myself, Shane, and then Cameron.
Yes, Shane did
All
watch
right.
the
Solid.
movie previously before this podcast, so
I did. I was notified by Haven to watch the thing.
I was gonna
so
say, it's like
exactly that.
It's like we've been improving this system.
yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll start it off. I watched The Thing last night.
Wow.
It was a strange movie. I'd probably watch it again, but I don't know. It wasn't that amazing in my book. Just because like they don't really introduce the characters that much. Like they introduce like the doctor, the main guy, and then the angry Russian
Yeah.
or Norwegian, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They introduced those 3 and then everyone else is just kind of there. I was very confused because like halfway through the movie it seemed like a new character would appear, but he's actually just been in the background the whole entire rest of the movie. But then whenever they get to the middle of the movie, he's like, "Oh, really important. I must talk." And it's just like no introduction at all for like half the characters. The special effects, it is an older
Practical
movie.
effects.
The effects, since it is an older movie, it's not the best. But I didn't like the way they portrayed the Thing, just because I have very severe arachnophobia, and I did not like those legs.
Oh,
Not
jeez.
one bit.
That's fair.
Not at all.
Is that your end of your synopsis of what you liked and disliked?
No. I didn't like the ending.
Oh,
They just
What? Oh,
All right.
I disagree.
It just stops.
Wow.
I mean, it's
I think-
true.
We'll have to circle around back to that, or we
Yeah.
can just go at it right
Yeah.
now.
we'll definitely
But, like,
we'll circle back.
What happened? Okay, spoilers. I know the movie's been out for a couple decades now, but if you
40
guys
years.
haven't, if you guys haven't seen the movie, just go watch the movie. Anyways, the ending, they just pan out with the last 2 just sitting there with torches in their hands. Like, what happens to them? Do they end up surviving? Do they die?
That's the point.
What's
I
the
have something
point?
about the ending, but I'll get to it when it's my turn. But I have something about the ending I would like to share.
That's
But
fair enough.
it's not
We'll
my turn
circle
yet,
around
so-
back to it.
Yeah, we can circle around.
Yeah,
I'll make a note.
That'll be the end of my synopsis, I guess.
Cool.
Go ahead, Aidan.
Well, contrary to Aidan, I actually thoroughly enjoyed the thing. I believe it or not, though I am a huge horror movie enthusiast and I watch a bunch of horror movies, the thing was never one of the ones I watched actually, nor did I like know actually of. Like I had heard of it, but I didn't know the premise and stuff. And I actually thought it was really interesting, Daniel, that you mentioned Among Us, because I was like, wow, I honestly feel like this is where Among Us got the inspiration whenever I was watching it, because it is so similar. I mean, other than the fact that like Among Us is a space game, I thought it was very 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 close and based off of that.
There's even an Among Us map in like Antarctica, so it's like maybe.
Well, it's Polis. It's kind of like Antarctica, I think. But
exactly it is. It's They assume that it's their home planet.
Yeah. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the effects. I thought the costuming for the thing and the creation of like the puppet for it was just brilliant. If it was a puppet or if it was animatronic, I don't know.
Puppet.
Yeah, I thought it was. I just couldn't tell. Kurt Russell was goddamn amazing in that movie. And it really, like, though I hadn't seen it whenever I was younger, it definitely felt like a classic to me, you know? Like, it felt like one of those movies to me that, like, doesn't get old. Like just because it has older effects doesn't mean it, like, goes out of style for me. Like, example would be, like, Jaws or, like, Indiana Jones and stuff like that. So I really liked that. My little problem, I liked the ending as well. I thought it was very well done, and I also liked the part where they showed the thing whenever it was like humongous. I thought that was pretty cool when it was like running through, like
right nearing the end.
Yeah, like billowing through the snow and stuff like that at him.
Yeah,
I just thought that was really cool. And then something I did have a problem with was they were in Antarctica, and the clothes they were wearing were definitely not sufficient for Antarctic weather. In the sense of like even though they had a like place where they were at, like in like the research facility was warmer inside, they were not wearing sufficient clothing outside whenever they went outside. It was like they were wearing like skiing gear. when like I know for a fact that like all people who are like sent down to Antarctica for like research and stuff like that wear basically like spacesuits because it's so cold that you could get like frostbite in like a minute by having like little cover on you.
Yeah.
So I didn't like how that was unrealistic, because I felt like they hit realism other than like the alien pretty much everywhere else as much as they could. And that just felt like a very small inconsistency that they could have avoided. But I thought the story had a really good plot, and I didn't really find many things that I was like, wow, this really sucks. And another good thing is I love the scene where they're testing the blood, because I have known about that scene because it's very iconic. And it's referenced a lot, and I thoroughly enjoyed the original version of it. So it was cool to see that. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I would like to restate before we move on. I did not dislike the movie. I liked the movie. There were just parts of it that I did not like.
Oh, yeah, no, I got you.
Got
That's
that.
all. Just making sure. Yeah.
We
All
get it, Aidan. You didn't like the movie.
I know. It
Right?
was the worst movie possible. Never watched The Thing.
What thing?
The Thing, you know.
That thing?
All right, go ahead, Shane.
The orange
Talk
thing?
to us about your thing. I mean, The Thing.
Well, my thing is a topic for a different day. But the thing,
That's a different podcast.
that's next episode. The thing, I very much enjoyed it as well. I'm no like horror movie connoisseur like Haven is, but I do love myself a good horror film. And you're right, it's very similar to Among Us, and it was something like I had never seen before. Like I feel like a lot of horror movies are like cookie cutter, same kind of deal. But and I get it was like in the 80s, so things were a little more original back then in Hollywood, but like it was just a genuinely good movie that still stands strong, and it might be my new favorite horror movie if I'm being honest with you.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah.
I agree with Dan in the sense that like it is a prime example of why practical effects are much better than CGI effects. And I think with the technology we have today, I think movies should go back to practical effects because it just looks better. It looks
Yeah.
real because it is real. Like, and with the technology we have today, we could probably make it look more real. Like,
That's fair.
I just really loved all the effects, and like they were pretty old, like in the 80s, so you can tell that it was older, but it just still like holds strong today. And let me talk about the ending real quick. And the thing I wanted to say, I like the ending so much because in the end, you have Kurt Russell's character, and then I forget their names. The other character, the other survivor.
Crap,
And
I'm
it's like,
blanking on his name.
yeah, I forget his name, but like, it's you don't know if he's the thing or not. You don't know if that's actually him or not. And I think that the other survivor is the thing, because if you pay attention, Russell's character, like, you can see the cold in his breath. Like, you can see the steam of his breath, and there's nothing like that on the other guy. There's
Mhm.
no like when he breathes, you don't see anything.
I
It's
didn't
just like,
realize
that's
Dude,
suspicious. Like
There are
I
so many theories about the end of this movie. It's ridiculous.
I think he is the thing at the end of the movie, and I think no one's gonna survive. I mean, we don't see it obviously, but that's why I like the ending so much. There is so much mystery to it. That's why I enjoyed it.
I actually that really brought. I like didn't even think about that, but like I suspected he was the thing simply because why else would he have ran away from the shelter just randomly? You know,
Yeah, he was just missing during the climax.
like why? Like also with how cold it was in the snowstorm heading, like why would a human being just without any cause run out into the snowstorm? You know?
Yeah, I 100% think that he was the thing at the end. And okay, the dog scene where the dog was the thing and it like freaking ate the other dog, dude.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
That
Yeah.
was awesome. I mean, it was terrifyingly awesome. I love stuff I love effects and stuff like that. And also, I critique acting in movies all the time just because that's what I do.
Me too.
And as far as horror movies go, the acting was pretty good because a lot of horror movies have absolute garbage acting in them.
Be like, oh no, I fell into a random thing.
Exactly, especially older horror films. But like this, like especially Kurt Russell, he did a great job. But like the acting in the movie, as far as horror films go, was pretty good.
Nice.
Alrighty.
I believe that's my synopsis.
Cameron.
I thought it was okay. I overall I thought it was a decent horror movie. The practical effects were really good. The acting was pretty good. The ending was pretty good. But I guess I'd say the sound effects were kind of corny at some points. I'd say
I get that.
the classic 80s weird sound effects that
Like
that
growling.
kind of took away
I
from it.
disagree, good sir.
Oh, I disagree because I feel like it took away from the horror aspect of it. But I mean, I wish the characters were more interesting though, because I wasn't really attached to any character, so that didn't really.
I can understand.
in.
I think that ties in with Aidan's point of they didn't elaborate on a lot of the backstories or anything. They didn't like.
I think I think that that's kind of a strategy because as soon as you get connected to a character, you want to stick with them and you don't want to think that they're the thing.
I think,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I think that would add to the horror if they did that.
I actually agree. I think if they did add that, it probably would have added more effect because you would have cared more about the characters.
Yeah, that's why like horror movies that kind of make you attach yourself to a character,
Mhm.
and then you see them die off. That makes it more horrifying. I think.
Yeah.
I see that.
They're just are you done with yours?
Yeah, just overall, it's pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay. There are 3 scenes that I just want to point out real quick. The scene where Bennings is the thing, and he's out in the snow. And I mean, they're all circled around him. They know that he's the thing because he's got like the hands that are
Yeah.
Yes,
And
like
he's
his
was
torso
shouting
still
and,
looks like
like,
this. Yeah.
You mean
I
whenever they
think-
like light him on fire in that like
Yes.
circle? Yeah.
I think 2 of the scenes in this movie are the scariest scenes in horror. That's one of them. The other one is, I think it's whenever the doctor is having like he passed out or something, and they threw him up on the table, and they were about to do the defibrillator on him,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just
And
goes
his stomach
to go
opens.
down, and
Yeah.
his stomach opens up, and they bite his arms.
Yeah.
That's
That scene was
horrifying.
so cool.
I didn't necessarily find this movie too scary. Like,
No.
Oh,
I
see,
kind of,
I
I kind of
okay,
expected.
so let me
the one.
specify for it. I wasn't like, oh my god, like I wasn't like scared, but like it was just a creepy movie. Like the way they planned out like how the like Daniel said, how that mouth opened from the stomach and stuff. I was not expecting it. I knew something was gonna happen, just not that. And the fact that like the thing was able to detach its own head and it started walking around, like Aidan said, with his
Spider.
arachnophobia.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't typically get like scared by horror movies. Like I've yet to watch a horror movie that makes me like jump out of my seat, like movie. The scary games will scare me, but like as far as movies go, like I don't really get scared by movies. But I appreciate a good scary movie. Like, I thought it was very well made.
All right, so would we like to go down the list of us and say what we would rate it?
Well, real quick,
All right.
Dan, what would you rate it? I'm assuming I know, but go ahead.
So, as we've discussed before, my list is really an 11 out of 10. This is an 11 out of 10. I think this movie is almost flawless. I think there are just a couple things that I would have liked that would have been done a little differently. A couple scenes, or like the acting is a little cheesy at some points, or like the effects, like it's different from the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this is as flawless as a movie can get. A horror movie.
Okay. So
Yeah, 11.
I'm gonna talk about something real quick before the rest of us talk about our ratings. I just forgot to mention it. The opening scene of the ship crash. It just crashes. There's no backstory to how it crashes. There's no reasoning to why it crashes. We just see that it falls. And then we go to present day. Like, we don't actually know how long ago that ship was there. We just, like, are given the assumption that it's been there for 100,000 years.
Oh wow, I must
It's
have
a
missed that.
mystery.
To be honest, I forgot about that scene until I saw the spaceship part.
I think I missed that scene. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's just very first, like,
It's
very
it's
first
odd.
scene.
Maybe they wanted you as the audience member to theorize as to why, how, and when.
I mean, I'm sure it was a long time ago, considering it was like almost under the ice, and those Norwegians were probably picking at it.
Well, yeah,
They
they
did say-
use
the one
they
dude
use
theorized it was like 10,000 years it landed there.
Yeah.
they use thermite charges and exploded the whole entire like ice above the ship.
Yeah, so it had to have been years.
Yeah, the guy said that it's probably 100,000 years, but we don't truly know how long.
Yeah,
but
I don't
anyways,
really think that matters, but
I know it's just like some more holes in the plot, I guess. But
I don't know if it's a hole in the plot, but it is just kind of like a inconsistency.
yeah, I'd probably give the movie like a 5 out of 10.
wow.
Holy.
A lot lower than I thought you were gonna get.
I mean, it wasn't really my style, I guess.
That's fair. It's fair.
In my
It
opinion, there was more wrongs than rights.
I would probably rate it 9 out of 10. Simply because there was definitely some inconsistencies. But for a freaking 1982 horror movie, pretty damn good. It was a pretty damn good movie. So yeah.
All right. Shane?
As far as movies in general, okay. As far as horror movies go, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's probably my new favorite horror movie. I freaking loved it. As far as movies in general goes, though, I'll give it an 8.9 for movies in general. But I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for like horror movies.
All right.
Uh,
Tam Salam.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. It's just not my kind of horror movie.
That's actually kind of crazy because this is the lowest we've gotten.
This is the most divisive. I think that's the
Yeah.
word. Decisive? No, divisive.
Usually, you're
divisive
right.
Right word.
All of them have been like
Device.
around the same few points, like
Yeah.
7, 8, maybe a 6 here and there, but
Yeah, interesting. Well, I'm glad it was Daniels.
Yeah, I got a 9 out of 10 out of someone. I'm happy.
you got a 10 out of 10 out of someone. As
Yeah,
well.
I got a 10 out of 10
You know,
out of someone
I'll
too.
bump my 8.9 to a 9.
Hell yeah.
It's a 10 out of 10 of horror movies, 9 out of 10 for movies in general.
Because let's be
I'll do
honest,
that.
like the best horror movie is not a very good movie in general.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's
Cool.
just move on. So we did a little bit of out of order. We're supposed to do recommend media then about Shane, but it's fine. So we'll
I
just
can talk about myself some more if you'd like.
no,
me
it's
to.
okay.
Go for it, man.
I wish we won that.
We'll just go straight into the
Right.
tier list of
the
this
bracket
week.
or tier list.
Yeah,
Damn
the
it.
tier list. So let me just
Show that
pull up
ad rag.
my screen share.
Let's see that thick boy.
What?
And I believe, Aidan, this week is about weird laws
Yes, it is.
in America.
It is weird laws. We have one weird law from every state, and we are doing it S and then A, B, C, D, F. No E
So
this
the
week.
typical way so far.
Yes. So we discussed it last week about doing weird laws because there was somebody's weird fact from last week
Yes.
was a weird law from one of the states. So we decided that
It was
this week
Alaska.
we're just gonna do tier list of weird laws.
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
All right. First up, we got Alabama. As you guys can see, it is streaming, right? Like you guys can
Yes.
see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
First up, we got Alabama. You may not impersonate a member of the clergy.
Clergy.
Clergy? What is a
Yeah,
clergy?
clergy.
Clergy. That's like the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Such a misdemeanor could result in actual jail time or a fine up to $500.
By the way, this is according to Thrillist.com.
Yes,
For
this is
looking for-
Thrillist.com /
we'll
entertainment
just-
/ nation / weird - states - laws.
With an ad for Rite Aid.
Yes.
So we'll just go down the
Down
down
the
the Discord list.
Yeah. So Dan, me, Shane.
All right.
Where
and then
you
Cam.
where you putting Alabama, Dan?
I don't think this is that weird. So I'm gonna throw. I'd say F.
All right.
I'd say F as well. It's kind of like church and state, you know.
I definitely agree. Like, there's so much weirder laws. It's really not that weird at all. You probably shouldn't be impersonating a member of the clergy to begin with.
Yeah. So
give
you're
it an
rating
F.
an F. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It's an F.
All right, Alabama.
Agrees.
Just
Alabama.
I
has-
actually,
stop.
No, if we were
I
just
actually
rating
got
states,
some rather normal laws.
I feel like Alabama should have had a lot of weirder laws. It's
I
Alabama.
mean, yeah, like you think there would be a different one that stood out from Alabama, especially.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we got Alaska. The internet is very excited about all Alaska's weird moose laws, like the supposedly illegal
Illegality.
Illegality.
of giving a moose a beer.
Damn.
Okay, where's the law at?
So it's the underlined.
Yeah. If you kill a moose or any big game animal, no matter the circumstances, you gotta at least try to salvage the meat so people can eat it.
Interesting.
All right. This one, I think it's weird as a modern law.
Yeah.
I mean, back when we like first got Alaska, it's like, oh, we don't have a lot of food. I mean, yeah,
Is that how they work?
yeah, it's just like, ah, we don't have a lot of food. I don't know what to do. Kill a moose.
Fair enough.
I'd
Okay.
put it in like F or D, probably F.
All right.
I'd
Aidan?
give it a D. I think it's a little weirder than clergy member.
All right, Shane.
You know, I give it a excuse me. I give it a D as well, because I once heard there's a law where like you're not allowed to push a moose off an airplane. Like, why the hell would a moose be on an airplane to begin with? I think that was a lot more weird.
Jesus.
Very fair.
So I'm gonna give it a D.
All right, Cam.
Cameron.
I'm also giving it a D.
All right, Alaska
Nice.
is getting the D.
All right, next one. Arizona.
Arizona. You'll need a permit if you want to feed garbage to a pig.
Well, that's a little odd. I'd probably give that like a C.
Okay.
I think that's a B for me. That's kind of weird. Like I don't know who was like, you know
From
what we need.
Arizona.
Yeah, no, I'll give it a B too. It's like you probably shouldn't be feeding trash to a pig to begin with. But if you are, you need a permit to do so.
Yeah, you need like. Sorry, here's my card. You know?
Am I blind?
I'll give
Where's
it a B.
Arizona?
I don't. Oh, it's top fourth one over, I think.
Got it. So
Yeah.
what are you guys giving it?
B.
B so far.
B.
B.
3 Bs.
All right.
All right. Next
All
one.
right,
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
It's the no
Section
person.
18 through 55 of Little Rock's Code of that
Ordinances
ordinances.
of that.
Yeah, I'm not good at English.
We know.
It's okay, Aidan.
No person shall sound the horn on a vehicle at any place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served after 9 p.m.
Okay.
Uh,
I freaking love this, dude. This is an A. It's
Alright.
just, it's how specific they get.
Yeah,
That's
I agree. I think it's A. I don't think it's S, but I definitely think it's a nice meaty A.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
an
like-
A for sure. It's like why you at first you had me at like a C, then you specified 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Especially
that's
near cold drinks or sandwiches being served.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so hot chocolate and hot dogs.
Then
still
you're
have your
allowed
horn.
to eat next to it.
Yeah.
But
All right.
is hot dog a sandwich? That's
That's a
That's
topic for
another
another time.
All right, Cam, what are you rating?
Another
it?
that's an
Um,
unpopular opinion right there.
I'm giving it an A.
All right, so we got A for
Full
Arkansas.
sweep, baby.
Next up, California.
Oh jeez.
You can have as many frogs for as what?
It's weirdly.
You can have as many
Worded
frogs
weirdly.
for as many frog jumping contests as you want, but if any of them die, you may not eat them.
Okay, so basically, if you have a frog and it dies, you can't eat it
Well, but that's specifically in a
for frog
jumping
jumping
contest.
contests. Yes. So if you are hosting a frog jumping contest and a frog dies, you are not allowed to eat it legally.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you.
That's just you are a monster if you eat your
Yeah.
own racing frog.
Come on, jumping frog. Haven, come on, get it right.
Jumping.
That's probably an A for me. That's freaking weird.
I think that's an S tier, like for me, because that's
First
just
S
like
tier. Ooh,
especially the thought of like frog jumping contests, especially if they die during the contest. You're not allowed to eat them, but any other time it's fine.
yes.
You know?
Am I allowed to swear on this show?
You can.
Yeah,
I
but-
just have to bleep it out.
We'll just bleep it out.
Okay, who the shows up to a frog jumping contest?
I got season
How
tickets.
does your frog die during the contest? And let's just say your frog does die. What, are you just gonna sit there and eat it right there? That's an S, dude. That's an S for me all the way. Like,
All right, Cameron.
An S for me.
Frog just keels over. You see its owner just pull out a fork and knife.
like
Some
dinner.
barbecue sauce.
I may have lost.
Damn,
but
Johnny, I
won.
didn't expect it this soon, but thank you for feeding my family.
California gets the first S tier state. Next up, Colorado. In Boulder, Colorado, you are not permitted to roll or throw or otherwise move any boulders on any public property. Let the boulders be. Let the boulders be.
The boulders be.
It's odd. I mean, what
Me and my
classifies
homies on my way to
Boulder?
Colorado to roll
Yeah,
some
I was
boulders.
like, you're using Connecticut when it's Colorado. My God.
My bad.
I'd probably put that like a B.
All right, we got a B.
I put it as C because I mean it kind of feels like common sense, you know, like you shouldn't be throwing or moving boulders
just
in
look
You
at that
throw
picture.
a boulder.
Come on.
like public
Exactly.
property, like you know, like you could kill someone by accident or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C. This law seems like they know it's a funny law, considering the town is called Boulder.
Yeah.
It's like they made
It's like
this
they
law
get
on
it.
purpose, fully knowing what they're doing. I give it a C.
All right.
That's pretty fair. I didn't even think about that.
I'm giving it a C, but really, I'm more surprised that this isn't a law for other states as well. Because
Yeah, honestly, it kind of feels like it's just common sense, you know. Like don't be that guy and like throw or push a boulder into somebody's public like.
Yeah, like it makes sense. It's just the fact that the town is called Boulder. That's what.
Yeah.
That's it
you
for
roll up
me.
to a
Like,
Pizza Hut with a boulder.
All right. So Colorado gets a C. Next up,
For
Connecticut.
Colorado.
Yes, C for Colorado. Connecticut. No silly string in Southington unless it is in the privacy of your own home. You are not allowed to shoot silly string in Southington, Connecticut, unless you
That's
are in
gonna-
your own home.
That's gonna have to be an S tier for me, dude. I mean, no silly string
Yeah,
is
that's
funny enough. But then in the privacy of your own home.
that's definitely an S tier for me. But like, you really got to think like, what bad happened? Like, what happened that was so bad that they were like, that's it. Silly string must be kept in houses.
Dude, do you not know about the Great Silly String Attack of '85?
Oh, how could I forget? You know?
I'm not gonna give it quite an S, but it's a very high A for me. That's like,
I'm giving
Cameron?
it an A
why silly
because
string?
I feel like it might have something to do with like, it's not good to have like.
You could
in
probably
the
make a
grass or
bomb out of
something.
silly string.
Possibly. Haven, what did you rate it?
I said S.
Okay.
S.
Yeah,
So,
it's-
Aiden, you got to put your input.
No, it's getting S because Shane said it's a very high A.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Delaware. In Fenwick Island, you cannot tailgate or otherwise picnic around your car between midnight and 6 a.m.
That's gonna have to be an F. I mean, it just kind of makes sense.
It's
Like,
boring.
don't.
I
I mean,
give it-
unless
I give it a D because I mean, like it's a little more specific, but it's pretty lackluster, you know. Just like okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an F because it makes sense. Because when people are tailgating, you're probably drunk and you're probably loud. So it makes
That's fair.
sense to me. I give it an F.
Cameron?
yeah, but like a
F.
picnic.
Okay, actually, no, that's true. Picnic, that's a little different.
Well, it does say around your car though, specifically.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
So
Yeah, I'll give it an F.
All right.
Delaware's pretty boring anyway. So
Cameron?
Wait,
Delaware
wait,
is
call him
like-
out, Cam.
F. All right.
Delaware's in the top 5 most boring states. Let's be honest.
I
Even
hope-
people
I
from
hope at
Delaware are
some-
like,
I hope at some point we have viewers from Delaware just see this episode and be like, "What the heck, man?"
Hey,
Dude, I think
like
they'd
Delaware.
agree.
All right. Moving on. Delaware gets an F. Next up, Florida, which you would think
That's
in Florida
interesting.
they'd have some weird laws, but this law isn't really that weird. If your dog bites somebody, you are liable for the dog unless you have a sign on the premise that says bad dog. So if your dog bites somebody, and if you don't have a sign on the premise that specifically says bad dog, you are liable.
Now, this is getting an F from me for two reasons.
Oh, God.
One, it's just kind of like I expect that, like it makes sense. But also,
Bad dog
it's
sign.
Florida. Like this is the creators of Florida Man. My favorite long-running cartoon.
Yeah.
Um, it's
Ongoing sketch monthly.
like really? Yeah. I don't think it'll ever end.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't think of any better funny laws. It's like that's sad that that's the funniest law that they have.
I'm gonna give this a C, and the only reason I rate it so high is the fact that the sign has to say not like beware of dog. It's just bad dog. Like
Yes, it says
like,
in quotation, so it specifically has to say bad dog.
like that's just real weird to me. Like I'm like curious, do the Floridians think it's like the dog can read the sign? It's like, oh, I am a bad dog, aren't I? Like, or oh,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a D because like, I feel like that's a law in a lot of places. If your dog bites someone, then yes, you're probably liable for that bite. But it's the sign "bad dog" specifically that takes it from an F to a D for me. Because I mean, like I have two of the nicest, sweetest dogs on the planet, but we have a "Beware the Dog" sign in on our fence just because they're bigger dogs. So like people are scared of them.
I mean, yeah, well, if they don't know you, they probably ka-chow, baby.
But bad dog is what boosts it up from an F to a D for me.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron,
I'd say a D, probably.
D. All right, Florida's bad dog sits at a D. Next up, Georgia. You cannot stay on a boat for more than 30 days unless you file for an extension or make other arrangements.
All right.
Huh.
So, off the bat, this sounds kind of weird, but I mean, I've heard of people just living on like abandoned boats and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'd put it like a D because I don't think it's too weird.
Yeah.
Also, there's only really, I mean, other than like lakes and stuff, there's only really one place where you could live on a boat, and that's coast, which is rather small for Georgia.
Very fair.
I think I'm gonna give this a D because I mean, like, it's specific enough to be 30 days, but it's also like, how would they know that you've been spending more than 30 days on the boat? You know, like, are they
Yo,
just
do
like,
you guys want to go
keeping
down
an
this
eye?
summer and test it out?
Let's test it out.
Let's
Let's
go.
do it.
No, but like the thing is like how would they know? Did they just have a patrol of people being like, oh, that dude right there, he's been out there for definitely more than 30 days.
Maybe.
This man,
How
we've been
dare
spying
he
on him
violate
for
our
29
law?
days. We've had our eye on him for 29 days. One more day, and he's in it. He's in it real good. Like, no, I give it a D.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron.
I agree. A D.
All right. Georgia is also going to get the D.
Fair enough.
It's about damn time.
Hell yeah. So in Hawaii, you cannot have more than one drink in front of you at a time.
It says that one's actually been
Oh,
repealed.
oh!
So you're not allowed
Oh!
to. You are prohibited from drinking on the beach, is what.
Yes.
Is
Oh,
what
that's
stands.
very strange. So the
Um,
law with one drink in front of you has been repealed, but now it is you cannot drink on the beach.
That kind of makes sense. But I do like the footnote that they have saying that like you're not the first person to think, oh, just step in the ocean. You're drinking in the ocean. I'd put it a D.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree because I mean, I feel like Hawaii, from what I know of, is notorious for trying to keep their beaches very clean, and people drinking on the beaches would just pollute it more because there would be those that are just like, oh, let me place down my beer here and then let the sand and ocean take it away, you know?
And then they'll be like, oh crap, my beer. Gotta grab a new one.
Yeah, and then just
Yeah.
create worse stuff. So yeah, D.
I was gonna give it a C until Haven kind of explained the littering on the beach, and I'm gonna drop it down to a D.
Okay.
Say D as well.
All right. Hawaii is also going to get the D.
The D.
Next
I
up.
look forward to this next one.
Next up, Idaho.
Oh jeez.
Before people thought that in Rexburg it is illegal to throw snowballs. But no. In Idaho, it is illegal to throw snowballs in such a manner as to really f up a person or property. All in quotation marks, as by Thrillist.
I really hope that that's the wording on the law itself. So I'm gonna give it an A.
I think.
Also,
I
that's
think,
just funny.
I think A just because. Oh, actually no. I'm gonna give it B material because the reality of it is that like it makes sense that you like the law would be you're not allowed to pummel people to like hurt them with snowballs, you know.
Yeah.
But also it's just funny that that's a law.
I'm gonna give it an A because who the f gets hurt by a snowball unless you put like a rock in it or something? Like,
I was gonna say, stick that stuff in the freezer the night
They're
before.
really good at packing snowballs, man. They're
Yeah.
really good.
They be packing
like
heat.
I'm gonna give it that's, and like also, unless it's like a window or something, like how are you gonna hurt someone's property with a snowball?
Dude, you
I don't
don't
know, I'm giving it an A. That's an A for me.
All right, Cameron.
I'm giving it a B
B.
because it's just similar to the Boulder one.
All right, so I guess
so
I
it's
get
2A to B.
the
Aidan, you
deciding
picked.
vote. If I was gonna vote, I would put this down a lot further because it's like, hey, don't hurt somebody with a snowball. But it is funny wording. Just yeah, I'll
So
just put
B.
it in a B.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
All right. Illinois. Plan your naps carefully in Illinois, lest you fall asleep in a cheese shop and break the law. It is illegal to fall asleep in a cheese shop in Illinois.
S
Wow.
tier. You can't change my mind. That's an S tier.
Yeah, that's definitely S tier. That I don't need to explain that at all.
Bro, that's an S all the way. Like, why a cheese shop?
I
I
gotta
can fall asleep at any other store, but not a cheese shop.
I guess so.
They just
I
start
can fall
throwing
asleep in the beer distributor, but not the cheese shop. Like,
Dude, I want to go out and test some of these.
Okay, Dan, good luck.
Dude, S.
All right. Illinois is the third S tier law. Moving on, Indiana. You are not allowed to catch a fish with a firearm or with the hands alone.
what? Why not?
You can't use your hands and you can't use a gun to catch fish in Indiana.
Dude, I
Oh,
think
there
if
are
you
times,
catch,
baby.
I think if you catch a fish with your hands, you deserve like a pride. I just back to that scene from The Office where Creed is standing over the fish and just jabs his hand in and grabs a fish out. But
Don't understand.
You get
I don't know,
rewarded
like,
with a nice cold
C.
glass of liquid death.
hell yeah,
I think
liquid death.
I think I'd also agree with the C because it's just like it's like why, but it's also like it's just catching fish, you know? So it's like whatever.
I'm gonna give it an A. Those are two common ways to catch a fish, and you're gonna prohibit them? I don't
A
understand.
firearm?
I genuinely don't understand that law. I feel like a firearm and your hands are two reasonable ways to catch a fish.
I mean, normally whenever I see people fishing, it's like with a fishing rod or like a net.
Yeah, but what about those just alpha human beings who need to take it one step further?
Yeah.
A harpoon.
I wouldn't necessarily say rednecks are the alpha species, but you want
Hey man, I'm not a redneck, and I would fish with a gun.
I
Dude,
mean,
I got
yeah,
my
Just
12
for
gauge
shits and
shotgun.
giggles. Like,
All right, Cameron.
I'd say C. C.
All right.
All right.
Moving on. Indiana gets a C. Next up, Iowa. Imitation butter cannot be called butter or described with the words buttery, creamery?
yeah, creamery or
Okay.
dairy.
Why not creamy? But okay. Cannot be described with words buttery, creamery, or dairy, or be associated with images of dairy cows. It must be marketed as oleomargarine?
Oleomargarine.
Oleomargarine. Iowa doesn't.
Okay.
Iowa don't tolerate
So-
fake butter.
so
I
does this mean
didn't-
you can't believe it's not butter is not allowed
Nope.
in that state?
I guess
I
not.
guess not.
I gotta
Well,
switch up real
It's
quick.
allowed in that state, but you're not allowed to call it
I can't believe
by its name.
buttery product.
I think, Daniel, what do you think that is?
I didn't think until Haven mentioned that it doesn't say creamy. You can say creamery, but I'd still put it like a B or C.
Oh, I'd say that's a freaking A. That's just so weird. That's
Yeah, no,
such a weird law.
Nope.
I'm gonna give it an A as well. That's just strange. Like, why it doesn't? It's like I get like it might, like yeah, that's like a weird thing to do. Label it as butter when it's not butter, but to make it illegal.
Somebody in Iowa treasures butter so much they were like, you can't call something that's not butter butter. They got super emotional about it.
You cannot harm my butter. My
I'd
butter
say-
is precious to me.
If
I'd say
anyone,
it's an A as well.
A tier.
So what did everybody else rate it?
so
That's an A.
two A's.
A C.
2 A's, a C, and what else?
Another A. 3 A's, a C.
All right.
Ah.
So
3 A's and a C.
low
Okay.
A. All right. Next up, Kansas.
Out of Kansas.
Oh, and just so you guys know, I did look it up. I cannot believe it's not butter. Is that what it's called? Something like that. It's not allowed in Iowa.
See, like that's just stupid in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
that's
You
just
can,
no
you can
point.
get it shipped to Iowa if like you order it
But
from a
it's not
different
being
state.
described as butter, which is the thing. So that's what's confusing about that.
Yeah, it's
is
not
it says
butter.
Can't believe
No,
it's
but
not
it
butter.
can't have. Oh. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Described with the
That's
words that
fair.
is described.
But it's saying it's not butter.
Yeah, but it's the
So,
fact that the word butter
stupid.
is in the title
Yeah.
to begin with. That's why it's banned.
Yeah.
But it's claiming to not be butter.
All right.
Yeah, but
Kansas.
the word is still there. So.
You can't
Why are we
swim
debating
in
about this
public
law?
fountains in Wichita.
I mean,
I think that's just common sense. It's kind of a crappy one. I'd put it with a D.
I'd give it an F. It's like I feel like that's everywhere though.
So I'm gonna give it an F, honestly.
All right,
I
Cameron.
agree with Shane. It's an F.
F. All right.
Alrighty.
Kentucky.
It is unlawful to sell dehydrated. Wait, where did
What?
I see dehydrated from? What?
You know,
What the hell's wrong with
I don't
you?
know. I thought I saw
Dehydrated.
dehydrated somewhere.
Aiden, are
You saw
you
died.
dehydrated?
I'm confused. Oh, I saw died, and I guess I think that.
Those are two very different words,
Whatever.
my friend.
Whatever. All right.
Dehydrated. Died.
It's unlawful to sell those dyed baby chicks you see around Easter. Unless, of course, you sell them in groups of 6 or more. So you can't buy peeps in Kentucky unless there are 6 or more of them.
What?
No, I don't think
Why?
I don't think it's peeps specifically.
It's
I
just
think it
chickens.
honestly is just talking about baby chickens that are dyed.
What? I've never seen.
That's just animal
dyed baby
cruelty.
chicks.
Or it's a Kentucky thing. That's why.
KFC?
Colored KFC. It's like the colored Krabby Patties, the pretty Patties.
that'd be really
Yeah.
good.
I'd give it an F. I don't really.
What?
Oh! I understand. You can't sell like your dyed eggs. Like you can't sell your dyed Easter eggs unless you
says
sell them in
baby
No,
the
it's
chicks.
Doesn't
baby
say
store.
eggs
chicks.
at all.
It's baby chicks, like the picture is
Oh,
showing.
wait,
I
no.
don't. No, I
No,
think it's.
but an egg is technically a baby chick. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
think that's what it
Wait.
means.
Okay.
Cause who
I think
but
sells dyed chickens?
Exactly.
I think I'm gonna say it's. I think I'm gonna say it's S.
I'd give it a C tier if
I'm
I
gonna
now
say
that I
it's
thought-
S because it's oddly specific that you are not allowed to. You're only allowed to sell them if they're in groups of 6 or more.
No, I'm gonna go with the S as well because, like, okay, it doesn't whether we're talking about actual chickens, eggs, or peeps doesn't matter. Like 6 or more. I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't understand this law at all. And I'm gonna give it an S because of that.
I'm
Too
giving it an
specific.
S as well.
Okay, Louisiana. You can't order goods or services for someone who doesn't know to accept said goods or services.
Expect said goods.
Expect. Sorry. Like ordering someone a surprised pizza.
That's weird.
A hunk of bullshit.
That's stupid. Cause like if I want to send my friend a surprise pizza, I'm sending them a goddamn piece of pizza.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
who would get in trouble? What about if like the police just so
Daniel,
to
what would
arrest
you
the
rate it?
delivery guy?
D. Probably a D. No, I go D.
I'm probably gonna go C because it's just kind of weird. But I also feel like I kind of understand it in the sense of like, what if you like order a pizza to someone's house and they're not expecting it, and you say, "Oh, I'll pay for it when the pizza gets there," you know? So then that person's just left with the pizza outside their door, which like they weren't expecting to have to pay for, you know?
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
I'm sure
I'm
the
gonna-
person who calls pays for it.
I'm
I'm gonna give this a I'm also gonna give this probably a high A, if not an S, because if you think about it, they use pizza as an example, but let's say like a Christmas gift or like anything like that, any kind of surprise thing you want to give someone and
That
you have
is
it mailed
fair.
to them
Oh,
and they're not
It's
expecting
goods
it.
or services.
Yeah, the law, they just gave pizza as an example. If we're talking any gift ever, that's an S. Dude, I love surprises and I love giving people surprises. So, like, why can I not surprise people or receive one in the mail?
Yeah, I get that.
I'm giving it an S. That's a
fact-
dumb law, in my opinion.
The fact that they says services is a little
Mm.
little sketch.
Yeah. See, I'm giving it a D because I'm thinking of it like Haven, because it doesn't specify that they pay for it.
Yeah.
It just
Well, if it's a
like,
Christmas gift, then it's already paid for by you.
yeah. I mean, but then there's just situations like Haven said where like, oh,
Like pizza, not
pizza.
exactly.
Here's a pizza.
Louisiana's putting in the B category as an average, I think. Somewhere.
What did
Yeah.
Daniel say?
Checks out.
He said C. You two said B, but
We
I
said D.
S. I
said D.
meant D.
Yeah, that
That
averages
should go
out
down
pretty
to a C
close.
then, probably. 2 D's and a C.
We gotta
It's fine.
cruise through these. We still have more.
Yeah, we got to keep going.
I got
we
a
have
lot of editing in
30
this
more.
video anyways. All right. In Maine, a lot of counties it's illegal to skateboard in Maine in a number of counties, but the fine is only $10 in Bidford. At least.
What?
Okay, I'm putting that as an S tier because at that point it's just like, what the? Just get rid of the. It's. You're skating $10.
See, I'm gonna give that an S because I just picture like somebody skating on the sidewalk and a police sees them and they're like, "Hey kid, stop!" And the kid just starts speeding up on the skateboard. So it's just this policeman just like tracking the kid down on a skateboard, and like when he finally catches up to him, he gives him a ticket and he's like, "You need to take $10 to where you're going," like after this huge chase scene. So yeah.
Well, the way
See, what I
I
like-
No,
I'm
because
giving it an
then
S as well.
no, then that would be another law
That'd be a-
broken because you're
Yeah.
running away from the police.
But
That's
I
true.
like that it would end up costing more to bribe the cop not to give you a ticket and just take the ticket.
Also,
See,
like, what if
I'd
you don't
give it
have a
an S.
license? Like, there's no license plate on the skateboard, and if you don't show the police officer ID, what are they gonna do?
Maybe
Like,
you need a
How are
plate
they
for your
gonna
skateboard
enforce
and
the
mate.
ticket?
I give it an S, but I imagine like the kid is skateboarding, the cop like starts blaring their alarm or whatever. And they catch up with the kid, and the cop's like, "All right, $10." Like the kid just
Yeah,
hands him a $10
what I'm
bill right
picturing.
kid.
Yeah, I was saying S. It's just
Alright.
like they're playing Monopoly or something. It's like a chance card. They pull a chance card.
That does sound like a
You
Monopoly
got caught
card.
skateboarding.
They
Go
tell
directly
me-
to jail.
Alright.
Anybody hear that nice crack?
No.
No.
Ah,
Alright.
damn, that's a damn
In
shame.
Maryland, you cannot use any profanity while driving.
How would
specifically?
they know?
Okay, that's bull.
Well, it's also-
Specifically, while near any street, sidewalk, or highway within the hearing of persons passing by.
Are you kidding? Dude, road
What?
rage is so much fun. I mean, I know we're not, it's supposed to be like, keep calm. It's fun. It's fun to just like scream your head off at some random guy who didn't turn on his turn signal.
From an education standpoint, I will not endorse this. But
I'm gonna have to give,
what did you
it a
grade
B
it?
tier. B
Okay.
tier.
B.
B or yeah, B.
I think B only because it's BS. You know, like it's like a weird one, but it's not like A for me. But like, who's gonna know? You know, like if you don't have your window down, who's gonna like look in your window or like have like one of those parabolic microphones and be like, oh, how dare you?
No, it's only
Got a
illegal
bug in
if you
everybody's
say
car.
it while people can hear you.
Oh, but wouldn't you be gone? by the
Even
time
still,
somebody-
then I'm gonna give it an A because like what are we in like elementary school or something? Like you're not allowed. Like I don't get that. Like why you?
How
I
dare
get
you
it,
use that
swearing bad, but
profanity?
like why?
Ugh,
You're in your
there's so
own
many
car,
states.
dude. Like
Petition to get rid of half the states.
Yeah, yes, please. Wyoming isn't even real. I said it. Doesn't exist.
well, then why is there a red versus blue character named after him?
Shut up.
All right, Cameron, what are you rating it?
B.
B. All right, so it's getting a B. I do like that picture that they use for Maryland, though. I got
does it say?
crabs
I
in
got
Maryland.
Oh, dude, that's jacked up.
Not really.
I like Daniel's reaction more than I like the picture.
All right,
Continue.
Massachusetts. You cannot give alcohol to a hospital patient if they have been hospitalized for something alcohol related, unless it has been described by a particularly awesome doctor.
It's
Same
been-
thing goes for drugs.
It's been described. The doctor was like, okay, so this one drink, it's nice and light. It's prescribed, my friend.
I did say prescribed.
You said-
No, you said described.
Okay, well,
You did say described.
That's
I know
So-
what it was.
Hey,
I
did you
just
know that you said
apparently
described?
said it wrong.
Hey, Aidan, you said described.
Prescribed.
Aidan, can you prescribe this one to me? I don't understand it.
Shut up.
So, dude, this is weird. I'm just thinking like, you go to your doctor. It's like, hey, doc, I need a Jack and Coke. I gotta give this an S tier.
I'm going on the complete opposite end. I'm going F. Simply because I feel like it's, you know, like you shouldn't be giving alcohol to someone who just like had alcohol poisoning.
No,
I
it's
feel like-
unless it's
I
prescribed.
feel like that's an understandable rule.
Yeah, no, I agree with Haven. Like, why would you try to give alcohol to someone who's in the hospital for alcoholic reasons? And also, if your doctor is prescribing an alcoholic patient alcohol, they're probably not a good doctor.
Yeah.
So,
They probably
this is an
are the
F.
doctor.
Like, this just makes sense. I'm giving it an F.
Here, take this. It'll help the pain. Like,
It'll numb all your feelings.
I'm gonna give it F as well.
All right. So I think
Wow.
that's taking it down to like a D.
Dude, I freaking love that one.
Down there. All right, Michigan. If you're traveling by train through Michigan, you have to do it sober. Cannot be tipsy or wasted.
I got a question.
What?
So what if you're in Ohio? You know, you drink, say, a Jack and Coke that your doctor just prescribed you. I'm sorry, described you.
If you're in Michigan and you're on a train and you're drunk, that is illegal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, what if you're in Ohio and you're drunk, and then you go into Michigan and you're still drunk?
It's illegal.
Well, then it's illegal.
It's illegal.
It's like,
It's not
If you are
it's not
drunk
that
on a
pretty
train
simple,
in
Daniel.
Michigan, whether you drink in Michigan
Doesn't
or
matter if
before
you started
Michigan,
I
drunk.
think
if you
I
are
think it's
drunk, it is
stupid.
illegal.
I'm going F. I think that's stupid.
I mean,
I'd say D because it's like kind of interesting, but it's like okay, whatever, you know.
I give it a D as well because I mean it makes sense at the end of the day because if you're on a train that's confined space and if you're drunk you might be doing something rowdy. So
Fair enough.
I kind of understand it, but I'll give it a D.
all right.
It's gonna be a
So,
long episode.
Yeah, Michigan's getting a D too.
I mean, I did say this would be long whenever you said 50 states. So I was like,
Yep.
Yeah, I thought we were just doing a couple.
Well,
We
Nope.
can always skip some. We don't have to do all.
Well,
Minnesota.
I'm cool with doing all of them.
No contests where the point is to chase and catch a pig, greased, oiled, or otherwise. What?
What?
You aren't allowed to have any contests where you have to chase a pig if the pig is greased, oiled, or just a pig.
I think we can all agree that this is S tier because why?
That's S tier.
Or it's the same for turkeys and chickens.
you can't throw them.
Damn!
Intense.
There go my weekend plans.
Yeah.
What state is this in?
Minnesota.
Okay, so it's not even like a redneck hillbilly state like Minnesota.
Yeah, it's Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh,
Dude, whenever you're in Minnesota, it's only cold if there's wind. If there's no wind, it's not that cold.
All right, what are you guys rating it?
I'm S.
S.
That's probably the weirdest so far.
S.
Okay. Next up, Mississippi. If you disturb a church service in Mississippi, you can get yourself a citizen's arrest.
Mm.
I mean, it's not that weird.
Hmm.
The consequence is a little odd. I think it would be like maybe a slap on the wrist. So like a D.
I'd say a C, simply because I mean, like, yeah, you shouldn't be disturbing a church service, but I feel like a citizen's arrest for that. Unless you're doing something really, really bad, I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just-
give it a C as well, but it kind of depends on what the disturbance is. If you're
Yeah.
some loud dude who's like, "Hey, I don't believe in this," then like, okay, just like go away. It's not your thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna come up with anything. 'Cause
Oh,
I can only imagine the weird things people would do. But,
yeah.
like, I'll give it a C.
I'd say D.
So it's tied between C and D. I'll give it a C. Next up, Missouri.
Got a lot in the D's right now.
Yeah. In Jefferson County, you can hold a garage sale only between the hours of 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., but it can't last more than 3 days, and you can't have more than 2 per year.
It's the 2 per
What?
year that got me. Dude, that's gotta be a B for me.
A B?
What?
Yeah.
This is probably an S tier because it's so weird that like A, that somebody's garage sale will last for 3 days and that they're like putting it on a like time limit, and B, that you can only have 2. The 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. kind of makes sense, so like other neighbors aren't disturbed or anything like that, but everything else is just confusing.
And I give it an S as well. Like, why? What is Missouri's problem with garage sales? I freaking love garage sales, dude. Who doesn't love a good garage sale? Like,
Exactly.
I give it an
You can
S.
just find weird crap there.
I'd give it an S.
Missouri is getting an S.
Big facts.
Montana. If you start performing on stage, you are committing to finish the performance on stage. You cannot abandon it mid-song. And yeah. So if you go on stage and get some stage fright mid-song, you got to finish the song or else that's
Wow.
that's a violation of something.
Wow.
I mean, I guess that's mostly aimed towards like Guns N' Roses.
Bon Jovi.
Did he walk off the stage?
Yeah, he got sore throat and called a fan up and he sung and then he was on the news the next day and it sucked.
Wow, wimp.
He played for like not even an hour before they canceled the rest.
Wow.
That's funny because the last time I saw him, like, it was at least a 3. Like, he was on stage for at least 2.5 hours.
Yeah. It was
F. That's weird. Not weird in the sense that we're looking for, though.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a.
That's
I'd give it like a D.
That's enough for me.
What?
I think you said D.
D? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give it an F. All
Fair
right.
enough.
Next up, Nebraska. In Nebraska, you cannot purchase a cocktail that mixes liquor and beer.
I get that
That's it.
because I've heard some horror stories about mixing liquor and beer.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a very good idea. I'd say like D.
I'd say an F because it's very practical.
Okay.
I'd say an F because I don't know jack about alcohol. So.
Ha! Jack.
Comedian.
No pun intended. I literally know nothing about alcohol. So.
I'd say an F.
All right. So Nebraska's
I love-
getting an F.
I love Cameron's one-word answers.
In Nevada, it is illegal to throw anything from a chairlift.
That is not the weirdest law in Nevada, and I'm very disappointed. If we look back at our last podcast, there was a law that said
Dan,
you are
what
not allowed to. Wait, hold up. I was supposed to say, I think we should use this law instead of that one because this one's much funnier.
Or Daniel, have them just go look at the last one. So yeah,
You could look at our last podcast.
go watch the last podcast.
Or maybe you guys could upload the last one so I can watch it.
Hey,
That's
I need
fair.
to upload like the past 5. So calm down.
Yeah.
I need to
That
get caught
law-
up on school before I do podcast stuff.
I don't think it's that. Like a C, probably a D.
Okay.
I get D.
It makes sense.
Yeah. That's an F for me. Kind of like just don't try and accidentally kill people, you know?
That's an F.
All right. So a C, D, and 2 Fs.
So
I'll move it down to an F, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Putting it in the F. New Hampshire, it is illegal to have a picnic in a cemetery.
I get it. It like at first it caught me off guard, but I get it because it's kind of disrespectful. So I'd say F.
I'd say C just because it's hysterical to me that somebody would even try and have a picnic in a cemetery.
All right. F and C.
I'm
Shane?
gonna give it I'll give it a C as well. Here's my thing: like, what if like a loved one of mine just passed away, and just to like be with them, I
You
want to
wanna-
like
Have a picnic with them.
yeah, because I once saw a picture of like some woman who was at like a military cemetery, and like her and her baby, they like laid down in a blanket over the grave, and she was like hugging the headstone, and they had like food and stuff. That's just very sweet to me, and I feel like I would do that with a loved one
Yeah.
if they ever passed. I'll give it a C because I don't like that law.
I'd give it an F because that's I find it weird.
Okay. So New Hampshire's averaging out to be a D category. Why you guys want these states to take so many Ds?
Just like it, man.
All right. New Jersey.
They deserve the D.
In New Jersey, you are not allowed to pump your own gas.
I did know this law. I did
Somebody
I know this.
named Chris Christie once tried to blame this on a woman.
Not on a woman, on women.
On
On
women.
women.
On women.
Yeah.
All women.
Just on women.
I think it's probably a B.
All right.
I'd say that's an A because that's just so inconvenient, you know? You have to be like, oh, hey, gas boy, can you come fill up my car? And yes,
Dude, it
I
sucks.
agree.
they have
It's
gas
like, hey,
give it an
pump
A.
2.
They pay gas boys to fill up your car. That
Yeah.
is
I'll give it an A specifically because Chris tried to blame it on only women.
that.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'll
Yep.
give it an A.
Cameron?
I'll give it a C.
C. Okay, so New Jersey's going into the B category. All right, next up in New Mexico, it is actually petty misdemeanor to misuse the national or state anthems.
Oh, fair New Mexico being the latter here.
I'd
Must
say like a D. That kind of sucks.
I'd say an F. Doesn't really matter.
I
I'll
don't think
give it
it's
an
that
F as
bad.
well. I get like disrespecting it, that's wrong, but like also you have the freedom of speech to disrespect it if you'd like, even if it's
Yeah.
wrong. So I give it an F because it just doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
wait a minute.
Also, if you really don't like that state, move to a different state.
That technically counteracts that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does counteract that. You can because
Freedom of speech.
we have the freedom of speech to say whatever we want, even if it's something bad or that's something that others don't agree with. So
Huh.
if you want to sing your state anthem in a way that disrespects it, sure,
Yeah.
that's not a good thing to do, and people might get pissed at you, but you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Well-
also the same as the butter thing. With
That's
Illinois.
bad.
Oh, I didn't even think of that for the butter
I didn't
thing.
think
That's
about
also
that
true.
either.
Well, I
But-
guess not
I'll
in
give
New
it an
Mexico. It is. That's what you get. You
I
get a misdemeanor if you sing
New
that.
don't have
If you
freedom.
sing that
business.
state anthem wrong, you're getting a misdemeanor.
can't wait for this next one.
All right. F. New York. No tiger selfies. No
I think
selfies with any big cats, especially tigers.
I think that's an S tier. I just feel that
Uh,
gives me.
I'd give it an A because it just makes me think of Hangover
Touche.
with
I'll give it an
the
S.
yeah.
I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A.
Giving it an S because it's only 3 words, plain and simple.
No tiger selfies.
Yeah,
New
that's
York's
fair.
Getting an S.
It's straight to the point.
Yep. In North Carolina, you can't play bingo for more than 10 hours per week. If you want to, you'll need to find yourself a bingo exhibition.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Dude,
Huh,
bingo's
wait,
awesome.
Per week?
Per
Yeah,
week.
per week.
That means if you play bingo for 2 hours,
2 hours a night.
Yep.
for a night, that's
You're
illegal.
violating the state's gambling laws.
No. More than 10 hours. So you can't do over 2 hours per night.
No.
Yeah, but if it's a 7-day week and you play bingo for
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours each day, that's 14 hours. You're not allowed to play bingo for 2 hours every day. That's kind of bullshit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
bingo
love bingo,
last
dude.
that
I
long?
could play bingo for like that's an S for me. I could play bingo for like 24 hours straight, dude. I love bingo.
I think that's an
Bingo
A
is an
because
S
it's a-
tier game.
I think it's A for me.
All right. Daniel, what did you say?
I said S.
A?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah,
Sounds
I'll put it in the S.
That's fair.
All right. North Dakota. You can't kill pigeons unless you get a pigeon killing permit.
I
That's
just want
an
to
A
know.
tier.
I just want to know what it takes to get a permit for that. You know.
No, what department gives that permit? Like, is that the Parks Department?
The
I have
pigeon killing
no
permit
idea.
Probably the
department.
same like the game commission.
You think? You
Yeah,
think somebody's
probably.
somebody's
It's
just
probably
walking down the street?
just like a hunting permit, but like
Yeah.
for pigeon killing.
I'm just picturing somebody walking down like the street, okay, and there's a pigeon, and they catch it somehow, and they just like rip its head off, and then like a policeman comes over and says, "Hey, do you have a permit for that?" And he pulls it out and he's like, "Yeah."
I imagine more like just a flock of pigeon just like sitting down, and then somebody just pulls out a shotgun and just like
Like Gatling gun.
That's what I was
Get 'em,
thinking.
get
A
'em.
shotgun. Just obliterate them.
I don't
Alright.
know. I think it'd be funnier if it was like a Gatling gun or an AR just like loading into.
all right, what do you guys rate?
Get him. I'll
I
give
said A.
Yeah, I think that's an A tier for me. I think that's pretty funny.
I was gonna give it a C, just because like game commission is a thing, but at the same time it's like a pigeon permit. Like really,
All right,
I
Cameron.
don't know.
I'll say a C.
C? Okay, so it goes in the B category. Okay, so in Ohio, if you commit less serious crimes, you can't be arrested on a Sunday or on 4th of July unless you are on a river.
What?
Mhm.
S tier. S tier.
S 100%, dude. That's an S.
I'm
Imagine-
trying that.
Imagine being the police
Yes.
on the river.
So so if you're committing a smaller crime,
Like
you can't
shoplifting.
be
Would that count?
arrested.
I mean, I
Probably
don't
not.
know. It depends what you shoplift.
A pencil.
You'd probably be fine.
All right,
Can
I'm gonna
you
try
go
that out.
Can you go into the store on a boat and shoplift? Wait.
Okay. Okay. Oklahoma. You can't make glue out of dead skunks. I know, Daniel, you really wanted to try it, but you can't. It's
That's
legal.
an S.
I don't need to try it. I've done it.
Oh.
I haven't done it. S tier. Yeah, that's pretty
I feel
good.
like you're lying to us. You have.
I have not.
You
I
have.
think that's just F for me.
F.
I don't really care. It's not
There's
that.
not
I'll
enough
give it an
character
A.
development.
A for
I'll
you,
give it an
Shane?
A. Yeah, that's not quite an
Alright.
S, but I'll give it an A.
So that's
Pretty
averaging
awkward.
probably around a B. In Oregon, you you are not permitted to throw your poop out of a moving car in Oregon. So does that mean that you are allowed to throw poop out of a moving car in other states?
I don't know. Does it
Maybe.
count as littering? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably.
No,
Maybe.
because it's biodegradable. It's
Yeah.
like it's feces. It's actually good for the environment if you think about it. Like
You get mad at the car behind you in any other state except for Oregon. You just take a shit in your hand and throw it at them.
Jeez.
That's gotta be an A tier.
That's S for me.
I'd give it an S too. Yeah.
Probably a D because it makes sense.
I think.
D?
I don't think it's weird. Yeah, I don't think it's weird. It just makes sense.
Oh.
I think
that's
the- It
probably
makes sense.
gonna
I
be
just think it's
around
funny.
A,
I think the funniest part about it is that definitely had to happen.
Dude, I think it happens like
Yeah.
daily
It
in the country.
happened, and they were like, "Well, we can't have any more." of
If
this."
if you get caught doing it, it is a $250 fine.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yep.
but not
Imagine
not here, apparently.
imagine handing that person their fine or their ticket with
And they
their
still
poopy
have
hand.
shit on their hand.
They just
And
wipe
then
it
you
on the
grab
guy's
it out of the
windshield,
cop's hand
then.
with your poopy hand.
Ugh, gross.
All right. Anyways, in Pennsylvania, can't catch a fish with your mouth.
He's probably against this one.
I feel like I have to give that an F because why not?
I
Yeah.
gotta give that a C because how does one? I need to learn this technique.
Well, I'm gonna give an F for two reasons. A, just like the hand and the gun fishing law, like, why not?
If you can,
And
let them
also-
do it. Go ahead.
Also, I'm gonna give it an F because there's a much weirder law. There's two much weirder laws in the state of Pennsylvania. One of them being that you're not allowed to sing in the shower,
Damn,
Wait,
that
what?
sucks.
and the other one being something about like standing on top of a refrigerator outside, like something like that.
What the
I forget exactly what it is, but it involves a refrigerator and being outside.
Wait, what's the singing in the shower one? You can't do it in Pennsylvania?
I believe it's in PA. You're not allowed to sing in the shower. But there's one in PA about like standing on top of a refrigerator.
I thought that was in
outside or something
Wyoming
like
or something like that. I remembered seeing that
that. No,
law.
I thought it
we
was in
can
PA.
definitely see later
Yeah,
on.
well,
Yeah,
in different
if
places,
it's in
yeah.
Wyoming, it might possibly be up later.
Let's move on,
check.
shall we?
Cameron, what were you rating it?
A D.
D? Okay. So yeah, it's going to average around a D then. All right, next up, Rhode Island.
I forgot
So
Rhode Island
you
existed.
can't drive a horse and then brag about how fast you can make it go. Horse speed testing is not permitted there.
You can't drive a horse to begin with.
I
You
think
ride a horse, you don't
I
drive it.
think I have to give it an S just because of the way that Aidan ended up saying it.
I gotta give it a C. It's kind of lackluster.
I give it an A just because like you can't drive a horse, you ride one.
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
Freaking stupids.
Dummy,
I'd say an A as well.
All right,
stupid head.
so
Drive a horse.
A tier horse driving. Good job, Rhode Island. Anyways, in South Carolina, if you are 18 if you are younger than 18, you cannot legally play pinball.
I heard about this. This is an S tier. That's bull crap. Anyone should be allowed to play pinball.
Yeah, I agree. It's an S tier.
Dude, pinballs, they're literally in arcades, which are meant for children. You can't play pinball. You
Hey,
can't.
hey, arcades are meant for adults. You ever been to Dave and Buster's?
Somebody checks your ID whenever you go up to a pinball machine.
I
Dude,
don't
they
have
have
one.
They have a bouncer at every pinball machine, just like card.
Nice.
That's a hunk of baloney right
Cameron?
Yeah, it's two.
All right.
Let's go.
Hunk of baloney, huh?
there.
Okay, so in South Dakota, it is
South Dakota.
illegal to cause static between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m.
Why?
And then after 11 p.m., yeah,
What?
go nuts, I guess.
How does? Wait, so like whenever you're wearing socks and you rub your foot on the
Yeah.
carpet and then like touch someone, you're not allowed to do that.
Well, what
No,
time is
Between-
it? What time is it?
7 and 11.
Yeah, what time did
I
you
was
do it?
thinking of feedback in the microphone, like that
I-
kind of static.
I
Like
think
TV
it's-
static.
It just says static.
So like if you're having a sleepover and it's 2 in the morning and you and your friends just start f***ing with each other by making static and zapping each other,
Oh, that's
you
perfectly
can get
fine.
arrested.
Yeah,
I think that's S. I think that's an S tier for me.
yeah.
All right,
That's an S. Yeah.
Cameron.
Yes.
All right, South Dakota, you do you. All right. In Tennessee, you can't use someone else's Netflix account.
That's bull crap
Oh,
because
that's
the
bull.
CEO of Netflix came out and said, like, yeah, share it. Like, go
Not in
for it.
Tennessee. You can't do it, dude.
That's bull crap.
Don't
I
test
said,
That's
them,
a
dude.
hunk of
Don't
baloney.
test them.
no, screw it. That's an F.
Yeah, that's an F.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not even weird. That's just dumb.
Yeah,
like,
it's a roll.
Dumb.
Dumb. Also, how are they gonna know?
Exactly.
Cameron? I think you said F, but okay. Next up, Texas.
Oh, jeez.
You are not legally allowed to pee in the Alamo.
Hell yes.
Okay. I give that an S because of the backstory.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's an S.
it says just ask Ozzy Osbourne. I'm gonna click on that. Let's see.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne after a
A
show
brief
got drunk
history of
and
peeing
pissed on
in
the Alamo.
Yeah, he was wearing a dress and pissed on the Alamo.
Yeah,
He was completely trashed.
You know,
How
he was
isn't
like
Ozzy
completely
Osbourne
face and he
dead?
pissed on the
Jesus.
Alamo.
Dude, I have no clue how he's dead. He fell down his stairs like
How
a
he's
year
not
and a half
dead,
ago,
said
and he's
how-
not dead.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad the dude's alive.
No, I feel like he's well past his time.
All right,
Oh yeah,
Cameron,
when
drugs
he
are
passes,
preserving
I'm gonna
him.
be like, okay.
Cameron.
I'm giving it a D because I
A
mean it
D?
makes sense.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's
it makes
that's
sense.
that's
Wow.
taking it down to an A tier instead of an S tier.
Why it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Well, in Utah, you cannot buy alcohol during an emergency. This is because no one can sell alcohol during an emergency.
Why the law saying that you can't buy it then?
I think that's just how they worded it here.
Wait.
So
I'm gonna give
I don't
that.
no. Who's in trouble here? Is it the person buying or is it the person selling?
Or
That's-
or
this is
what is
just-
the emergency that is so dire that
I think
you
they're both
A,
in the-
need alcohol for?
Yeah, I think
and
both of them
B,
gets in trouble.
Yeah, what?
My
like,
wife
what
is
the
pregnant. She needs
emergency?
something to take the load
Yeah.
off.
I feel like it's very vague. I think I'm gonna give it an F because of how
Yeah, that's an F.
big.
I agree.
F. All right.
Yeah, so I guess it's illegal to in Vermont. It's illegal to Obstruct the installation of renewable energy tech.
So.
So if you put up clotheslines, it's illegal for someone else
yeah,
to take them
if
down.
you put up clotheslines wherever, you can't
Yeah,
take them
cool.
down. So like, if you just put up clotheslines in the middle of the highway, no one can take them down.
Yeah, you can't.
That's so stupid.
Can't fuck
It's
with
obstruction
clotheslines.
of the installation of renewable energy tech.
And it says that in Vermont, that clotheslines are considered devices that run on solar power.
Which is true. It's true. It's
I
true.
guess.
I'd give that a B.
I'd give it an A.
Yeah, I think that's A. I think that's A tier for me.
An
A. All right. Virginia. You can't kill raccoons in Virginia
or
any nuisance species before 1 p.m. or after sunset on Sunday.
Oh.
Why is
except
everything
raccoons.
on Sunday? Why are there so many laws involving Sunday?
Oh, except raccoons.
Except raccoons, which you may continue to kill up to 2. You can continue to kill up until 2 a.m. on Sunday mornings.
S.
That's I don't know. I feel like S is kind of. I don't know. I'd go A.
I give it a C.
Ooh.
My problem is why are there so many laws involving Sundays?
It's the Lord's Day.
It's people mixing up. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably A.
A?
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
A tier, Virginia.
Ooh.
I guess. Here we go. The Sasquatch. Okay, so if you confirm the existence of Sasquatch and decide to kill Sasquatch, you are guilty of a misdemeanor and face a fine, jail time, or both.
This is in Washington.
Now,
Yes, this is in Washington.
I personally agree with this. Because I mean that's a major event. It's like, hey, he's real.
I think it's
Whether it be the Sack Squatch or Dr. Squatch, he's real.
I think it's
Well, if you kill Dr. Squatch, then you're just a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, you're a terrible
you deserve
human
to be
being.
in jail.
Dude, Dr. Squatch is so good. But B. I'd go B.
B. All right, Haven.
Yeah.
C for me.
C. Shane.
I'll give it a B because I disagree with this law. I want to prove Bigfoot's real. So if I see one, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Take
Kevin.
it back.
C.
C. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably give this. I'd give it a.
An
I'd
F.
give it a B. Yeah. All right. Next up, West
final 3.
Virginia. Yes, the final 3 states. Okay. So
What's that
in West
noise?
Virginia, if you curse, swear, or get intoxicated in public, you'll be fined exactly $1.
I love it. I think we
the
need
state
to.
is literally a swear jar.
Yes.
I think we need to employ this everywhere.
But that's really confusing because that's just West Virginia in a nutshell. Like, are people just constantly paying $1? Because I feel like that just sums up all of West Virginia that I know it to be.
Who are you paying the $1 to? That's my question.
Your local
Find it, I guess.
bartender.
Whoever sees you swearing or being drunk, it's like, hey, give me $1.
Well, it says you're fined
Dude,
$1. So.
That's an S tier in my opinion. The
I
state is
think-
just one big swear jar. Like that's funny.
I think
Yeah.
that's a C.
I think I'd call it an A. I think it's pretty solid, but
Cameron?
A B.
Okay, so we got S, A, B, and C. I'd give it an A. It is funny, but not the best. Next up, Wisconsin. You can face up to 6 months in jail for selling home-baked cookies.
That
So
makes sense.
if you're doing like a school bake sale or something like that, and you bring cookies from home, you can face up to six months of jail time.
wow.
Okay,
That's
I
hunk of
understand
baloney right
If you
there.
don't bake them at home.
I
the key.
understand if it's not like a bake sale if it's just like some dude on the side of the street, like, hey, I'm selling cookies, because he could have like weed in them or
You
something.
also have to have permits for that and stuff.
Yeah, you need permits to sell stuff.
Yeah,
I
shop.
think as long as you have, I don't know, I'd give it a C. That's not that great.
Yeah, I give it a D. I think it's meh.
Okay.
I'll give it a B.
B. Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Cameron.
give it a B.
See, I'd give it a B as well.
All right. So Wisconsin's gonna go in the C category.
This next one's
up, the last and final, which is the same thing, state.
no. Wyoming, not Wisconsin.
I know. I said the last and final.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. Anyways, you can be fined up to $750 for failing to close a fence behind you.
S tier.
Yes.
Ass all the way. Are you
He's
kidding me? That's so stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. $750 for failing to close a fence?
That's why.
I mean, it's understandable.
Could you imagine you're just like
No, it's not.
you're like trying to like go home and you have a fence around your house and you walk in the fence and you like go to close the door but you miss?
Like, literally, hey, man,
Police
I have a
officers
fence in
just
my yard.
driving
You've seen
by
my
like,
house.
hey, you, don't go anywhere. Did
Wait,
you
Haven,
shut that fence
Haven,
properly? No, you didn't.
Haven, like, you've seen my house. I have a fence around my yard. So that means
Yeah.
if I go inside my yard and I fail to close the fence, that's my property. I'm going to get fined $750 for not closing my fence.
Yeah.
What?
I like to think that like an officer finds an open fence, it's just like an active crime scene immediately. Like there's a detective smoking a cigarette. Like, all right, what do we got here?
See, but what if like
Start
Wyoming
chalk
and
outlining.
Wisconsin, like they mix together, and you're selling home baked cookies in front of your fence, and then you walk back inside to get more cookies, and you
leave
forget
it
to
open
close
just
the
for
fence.
convenience.
You forget
And you
to
swear
close the
while
fence.
doing it.
The only
And
thing
then-
that can make this a lot better is if you add on a Sunday.
If you fail to close a fence on a Sunday, you can be fined up to $750.
Fair enough, man.
Fair,
Alright.
dude. I mean, I understand it.
I'll just go through the S tier states, not
You
what
can
they
just,
were,
you can just say how many got what. Don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
say what got what.
So we got 12 in the S tier. We got 9 in the A tier. We got 8 in the B tier, 4 in the C tier, 8 in the D tier, and 9 in the F tier.
Fair enough.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Well, now that segment is done, it is now time for What's in the News. Daniel, take it away.
Let's figure out what's in the news. I have a candle, if you cannot see. If you remember from last podcast, go check it out. We learned about a little town named in Austria, named.
Oh no.
Don't
They're
tell
finally-
me.
They're changing their name.
No!
No!
No! You're joking!
I'm not joking. It's heart wrenching. I'm legitimately tearing up as we speak.
What,
Are you kidding me?
are
I was
they-
literally just talking about that the other day with my one friend. I was like, can you believe there's this town called fucking in Austria? And she was like, no, that's awesome.
They're really gonna
And
throw
then-
that away?
Dude, people have been using it for activism. Like, where is it? Oh, like people wrote on the sign, like they wrote on the top, "Our climate is," and then underneath "important." So it was like, "Our climate is fucking important."
Yeah.
But it's like, other than that, it's like people are just sick of all the tourists coming. Like, fucking.
Wow.
So they're changing it to something that I think is just as funny, maybe a little less funny. It's going to be fugging, Fugging.
Well, better.
But
It's
why
like
though?
the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. I don't know.
I don't really think they're accomplishing anything by it.
See,
Because
Yeah,
Really
it's something.
not.
Because even if
They're
they
not.
change their name, they're still going to be known as quacking. You know,
Quacking.
Quacking.
I'm leaving this candle lit, just so you know.
that's
All right. Okay. So, this is coming from Loudwire. These next 3 articles are all coming from Loudwire. They're, I think it's Multiverse or DC Multiverse is
Yeah.
releasing a Batman death metal action figure. And to quote the article name, it's fucking brutal.
nice.
So if you look through them, I think Robin's the coolest. Gonna be honest.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of black metal lately.
I like Wonder Woman.
So.
Wonder Woman has a chainsaw thing going on there.
Give me
Honestly, I
Evil
like
Dead
Batman's
vibes.
the best. I like either Batman
I
or
think Batman's
Superman.
the best as well, but
We'll get back to chainsaws for my recommended media.
Batman
Oh.
or Superman for me.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I will
Never
not watch
seen
that
it.
movie
I
again.
never watched that movie.
I
So
never watched
it's
that
not-
movie. Fun fact.
Which one are we talking about?
The original, probably.
I would
but
never. I can't
the
watch it again.
Superman for that is just crappy.
It's just it looks like a game of Gmod.
It's a superhero mashup, man.
It looks like he's
I like Superman's, honestly. I think
he
it's
looks
kinda
like
cool.
he has Groot's arm.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there.
he does. That or like somehow him and like a little bit of Bizarro started to form together, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? The more I look at it, Cameron, I gotta agree. Or not Cameron, Daniel, my bad. The more I look at it, I gotta agree. That Robin's
Robin.
pretty cool.
Dude, it
I
just
like Robin the
reminds
more I
me.
look at him.
It reminds me of like Dark Throne, like that
Reminds
era
me of
of
Behemoth.
black metal. Yeah, like
Reminds me
that era
Behemoth,
of black metal where it's just kind of like we live in caves. Don't with us.
yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
System of a Down, their classic song Chop Suey. The music video has finally reached 1 billion views on YouTube, and it is the first rock or metal video to do so.
As it should.
Yes,
Yes,
we discussed
very well
previously how
deserving.
it is very well deserved. Moving on to 12 things that didn't suck in 2020. Again, coming from Loudwire. Tool won a Grammy. Okay. Okay. Dave Mustaine beat cancer. You can't tell me that's good news.
That's
Dave
very good
Mustaine,
news.
Wait,
the lead singer of Megadeth.
that's good news?
What?
You said
Yeah.
you can't tell me that's good news.
No, you can't tell me that's bad news. I f***ed up my words. No, Dave Mustaine, a national treasure.
Fair enough.
He was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2019,
It's
and
solid.
thankfully he's over it. Ozzy Osbourne had a comeback.
Didn't really know that, but
Is that really good news though? He's like
I mean,
he's a legend and I love him and like but come on.
his
Like,
time
did you
is
hear
up.
the
had
album?
7 comebacks. Like
Well, yeah. Did you
he's
hear the
had, like,
album?
No, I haven't.
I mean,
Is it good?
there are some good moments, but all in all, it's kind of a
Bleh.
like meh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. Metallica is writing new music. Always
That's
great
good.
to hear.
I love Metallica.
Ton of collabs. I don't
Yeah, whatever.
live stream shows now.
I did hear about these.
Live stream shows. I mean, it's not a concert.
Yeah, but it's the closest you can get, really.
Will ever beat just being at a concert and like feeling the
I
music
agree.
in your chest.
I
I
doubt
think
it.
they're cool and all, but like,
Yeah, like I
It's
watched.
not I wouldn't label it as a good thing. Like,
Yeah, like I watched Bowling for Soup live stream concert, and it was
Mhm.
just like seeing them live. Like still all the funny, like just weird bits that they would do,
yeah.
but it's not. It's just the feeling.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, those I think those were fun. The industry is coming up with ways to make concerts safer.
Like those balls
Um,
that people are putting in.
Yeah, those balls that we talked about a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
which look fun as hell. I didn't hear about this one, so although I love David Grohl.
You gonna say what it
Zoom.
was?
Okay. Dave Grohl versus Nandy Bushell challenge or battle. That's what that word is.
10-year-old
Uh,
man who went viral basically challenged the Dave Grohl.
Yeah, she played
Foo Fighters.
Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters.
Song.
Bro, I have a joke about Dave Grohl.
Let's hear it.
All right, now I did not come up with this joke. I got this joke from a Smosh video. So all props go to Smosh, but here's the joke. So, did you hear that Dave Grohl died?
No.
Yeah, he choked on a fruit cup. He had a grave dole.
Wow.
Oh.
I saw that. I know what video you're talking about.
So anyway.
Yeah, because like Dole's like a fruit company and they
Yeah.
make fruit cups.
Jesus Christ.
It's also Dave. It's also Dave Grohl if you like flip it around.
Yeah,
grave-
grave Dole, Dave Grohl.
I think that was the point of the joke.
That was the point of the joke.
Anyway, Zoom made interviews with celebrities a lot easier.
I'm getting tired of Zoom, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of sickening at this point.
Yeah.
Like classes suck.
This one, which I cannot be happier about, rock started to be embraced by the mainstream. Namely, Machine Gun Kelly coming out with his new album, Tickets to My Downfall, with Travis Barker. Really good album if you haven't heard it. And also Miley Cyrus announcing that she will be doing a Metallica covers album.
Oh heck
Weird.
yeah!
Yeah, it's weird, but she's done rock before, and it's been pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
look forward to seeing it.
AC/DC's back.
Yep.
Their new album. It's not bad, not good, but they're back.
I don't know.
Do they need to be back though? That's my question.
I'm not a big fan of like these comebacks, man. Just like
Neither am I. I feel like sometimes they're just past their time and they should just be cherished as they were.
yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent about it because part of it is like I need to see these acts live. Like I finally saw Iron Maiden; they're off my list. I do want to see them again though.
Also, like I don't know. This is not one of my unpopular opinions for later, but I'm gonna say unpopular opinion for right now. I think AC/DC is way overrated.
I agree.
A lot of their songs are the exact same thing.
I find that problem especially with the new album. I can't tell when a song ends and where it begins, other than the silence on Spotify.
Yeah,
hysterical.
System of a Down released new music. And yeah, those are the only 12 good things that happened this year.
Only.
Related to rock and metal, of course.
Yes.
Is there anything else you have for us?
3 more things.
Wow.
Going back to Foo Fighters, they came out with their new single off their new album, Shame Shame. They debuted it live on SNL, which was risky, especially because it's a song that sounds nothing like their other catalog. So I personally like it though. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Also, Foo Fighters are officially 25 years old,
Wow.
which is a big achievement. Which also means I believe now they're eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even though it's a joke. So yeah. Who is Drake Campagna?
God.
Well, Drake Campagna is Drake Bell from Drake and Josh, who moved to Mexico because America didn't like him. Or well, not didn't like him. Just he's there. He's not good.
He's more appreciated in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like how
Hispanic culture.
yeah, it's like how David Hasselhoff. I mean, he was a star on Baywatch over
SpongeBob
here.
movie.
He was also in the SpongeBob movie. But if you go to Germany, they know him as a pop star. It's like he was much bigger in Germany.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't hurt that he's German. But anyway, Drake Campagna.
Elder Scrolls Greymoor ad on the side.
Yeah, for Quickly before we move on from that, Drake Campagna has also not only has he converted, like gone to Mexico, changed his name and stuff, he solely sings and solely speaks Spanish now.
Wow.
He has completely like started adjusting to Mexican culture and tries to speak Spanish like 100% of the time.
I wonder what Josh thinks of all this.
Well, apparently there was some drama a couple years ago. I think it was Josh didn't invite Drake to his wedding.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I heard that. That's funny.
Well, I also think at the time he was also like on a drunk rampage or something like that. I feel
They were both doing weird crap.
Yeah,
Drake was like drinking and driving, and Josh was all over Vine.
Josh was on the Vine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think out of the two, surprisingly, Josh has been more successful.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
which is surprising.
I don't like Josh anymore. Not gonna lie, he just kind of annoys me now.
Drake,
I never liked him.
I think it's
I don't
because
like
I don't
either of
like
them
David
now.
Dobrik. I just don't like David Dobrik, so the two of them together makes me mad.
That's
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Fortnite Season 4. What do we think is happening? Shane, I don't know if you can...
I don't play Fortnite, so I'll stay out of this one.
All right.
So are we just taking guesses of what we think's gonna happen?
Yes, because this is just like some, this could happen and this could happen. But it's like, okay, what do you think is happening with Galactus and the Galactus event and next season?
Well, I don't really know exactly what's happening per se, but I feel like they're somehow gonna. I mean, it's gonna be an amazing thing that happens. I'm sure that they'll use Silver Surfer, to like come down for like a second because that's what like Silver Surfer is the apostle of him. He's the herald of Galactus. So he warns people about Galactus coming for the world. But I feel like they're somehow gonna attach it to like the last one in the sense of how like we were shown that it was like a simulation somehow. I like feel like I don't know why they wouldn't like include that in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like what's gonna happen is, with all the teasers, we're gonna be able to drive or fly the battle bus like around Galactus as like the form of movement in this thing, because I feel like this event's gonna be so much bigger that they don't want like jetpacks and like the other stuff that they had for movement. They want something that people can use to be like much faster.
Here's a thought. What if the next map is just Galactus's head? It's the inside of Galactus's head.
Yeah.
Um,
like an inside-out world.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just shoot up and like headshot a guy.
I think that
Galactus is the world eater, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I think they're going to like bring in parts of different maps, like at least after the event. It's like the new map is going to be.
What were you going to take him?
I think, well, obviously, I think the event itself is going to be like Galactus versus all the superhero skins.
Yeah.
Because that's what the whole lead up has been. There's going to be Fortnite skins in there as well in the fight. And I think a cool thing that they could do is have two outcomes. One where, say, everyone is helping to stop Galactus and they end up winning and they save the island. Or they don't end up winning and Galactus eats the map, and then there's like a whole new map.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair.
It would be cool
if
they actually have like a an audience leading outcome instead of like everything
like the drum gun.
Yeah, like what they had with the vault back in Chapter 1. Like we can affect what's going to happen whether we defeat Galactus or if we lose and Galactus wins.
Yeah, like it would be pretty cool to have like a huge boss battle, you know?
Yeah.
Like everyone just starts shooting at, like kind of how the Gorgers have like those like little weak spots.
Mm-hmm.
Like we somehow have to combat Galactus with
That would be cool, but I feel like they won't do that because that would be so much like things that they would have to plan and
I don't know,
have
though,
all of
they-
their servers.
I just
working.
feel like they're that type of thing, you know? I feel like Fortnite's the type of Epic is the type of people to go really over the top like that.
Yeah, but they have to make sure like
Doesn't crash.
yeah, because like many of events prior to where we're at now, like it crashes for everybody or they just don't get put in the game in time, even though they are saying try to get in the game an hour before
Yeah.
Mhm.
the event.
Well-
So you got to try to start getting into a game at 3 p.m.
What's funny about this is that the Travis Scott event was only 650 megabytes, but the Galactus event is supposed to be 1.1 gigabytes.
Jesus
Also,
Christ.
apparently, like Travis Scott, if you take the the length of the Fortnite map,
Oh yeah.
that's how tall Travis Scott was.
Yeah, and he's like 3 times bigger, right?
Galactus is 4 times bigger than Travis Scott.
Jesus.
Yep.
He's gonna be massive.
I think because the updates for that or the events are going to be so large in terms of like what was it again, 1.5 gigs or whatever.
1.1 gigs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 10 to 20 minute event. I think,
Yeah.
or it's just going to be the, like end game style battle
It's gonna
scene.
be awesome though.
Yeah,
But other than that,
but
shall we move
that-
on next?
Go ahead with
That
the
is
actual
all
article now. Oh,
that is in the news.
we aren't
All
going
right.
to talk about the
The next
article.
thing is for you, Aidan. Would you rather?
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Just gonna be honest.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Would You Rather. Would you rather? Rather. Would you? This week's episode of Would You Rather is connected to all of the weird laws that we talked about earlier. Except it's not. Now that I'm looking at like the answers, I'm guessing that they are weird laws, but they aren't the laws that were mentioned.
Yeah, they're not the same. That's
So
okay.
just assume that all of these things that I'm saying are illegal.
though. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So I'm going to go down the list. It's going to go Daniel, then Haven, then Shane, then Cameron. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Daniel, would
Hello.
you rather drive blindfolded in Alabama or drive with your pet in the back of your convertible in Alaska?
What?
Mm-hmm.
With my pet. I don't want to. That just reminds me of a scene from A Scent of a Woman.
Bird Box.
All right. Haven,
Yes.
would you rather let a donkey sleep in your bathtub in Arizona or honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. in Arkansas?
Definitely have a donkey sleep in my bathtub.
All right. Ooh, 69% disagree with you.
Oh,
Shane,
Yes.
would you rather be using plastic bags in California or putting indoor furniture on your porch or yard in Colorado?
I think I'd rather. I think I'd rather have indoor furniture on my porch.
All right.
so it's illegal to put indoor furniture outside?
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
That's
Jesus.
kind of dumb.
I'm gonna
not
start. I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see.
lie.
Jesus.
Dude, screw plastic bags. I don't like plastic bags.
All right.
Not even for the environment's sake. I just
Oh,
don't
I
like them.
didn't know
Yeah,
who's up
sure.
next. All right, Cameron.
Mhm.
Would you rather get in trouble for buying/eating pickles that don't bounce in Connecticut or selling your dog's hair in Delaware?
Pickles that don't bounce.
Dude,
I'd
that's
say-
the law in Connecticut. It's pickle can't be sold if it doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
I'd say the pickles one.
All right. 74% agree with you.
Dude, pickles are delicious.
Daniel,
Pickles, but I'd buy them.
would you rather not pay for legal fees for parking your animal in Florida or live on your boat for more than a month in Georgia?
I think they meant when they said driving horses. Not one. Park
Yeah.
animals.
I'm gonna
Nice.
live on a boat.
Dang, dude. 73% agree with you.
I would
Yeah.
be so sick.
Haven, would you rather put a coin in someone's ear in Hawaii or sweep debris onto Idaho streets?
Put a coin in someone's ear. I want to spread the pollution.
All right. Shane,
Yes.
would you rather get in trouble for drinking as a minor in culinary school in Illinois or riding a horse in Indiana faster than 10 miles per hour?
Dude, are you kidding me? I'd rather ride the horse.
Yeah,
I
how
don't
do you
drink,
know?
nor do I go to culinary school, so
How do you even know
That's
that you're getting more than 10?
All right. Cameron, would you rather throw a brick onto a highway in Iowa or screech your tires in Kansas?
What? That's like uncontrollable.
Probably Screech tires.
All right. Daniel, would you rather marry more than 3 times in Kentucky or send a surprise pizza in Illinois or
You
in
best
Louisiana?
Illinois.
I don't know.
That's pronounced Louisiana.
In Louisiana? Lay
in
sorry.
Louisiana.
Anyway, you know I'm sending that pizza.
I hope the brothel one for Pennsylvania is in here. That's my favorite law.
All right.
No one.
Which
Haven?
one?
Would you rather park in front of a Dunkin' Donuts in Maine or wear a sleeveless shirt in public in Maryland?
Wear a sleeveless shirt, and to quickly explain to you, Shane, there's a law in Pennsylvania that you are not allowed to have more than 7 women in the same household, or it is considered a brothel.
I have heard that. Wait, so,
like,
what the
if
hell's a
I'm-
sorority?
Hold on.
brothel.
So let's say I'm a father of 3 kids. I have my wife, and
Yeah.
then like my grandmother and 2 of my aunts,
Yep.
like my in-laws come over.
Yeah.
It's a brothel.
You run a brothel. You're a pimp.
Wait, no, it's like something along the rules of like if they're in the same family, it's okay, but if they're a part of separate families, it's not allowed.
Oh, yeah.
So
So
let's just
then
say
again,
I'm
like sororities.
Yeah.
well, considering I'm a theater major, I have a lot of friends who are women because there's
Yes.
not too many dudes in the theater business.
Yeah.
Let's say I have a bunch of friends over, and a majority of them are women. It's a brothel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's kind of stupid, but okay.
Shane, I didn't know you were in a brothel.
All right, Shane. Would
You
you
do
rather tell fortunes without a license in Massachusetts or sell or trade your car on a Sunday in Michigan?
I'd rather tell fortunes.
Perfect for you
not sell
because
my
you get
car.
the Sunday question. You rather sell your car? Is that what you said?
No, I would not rather sell my car. I'd rather tell fortunes.
Tell fortunes.
I need my car. My car doesn't even work right now, but I need it.
All right, Cameron.
Mhm.
Would you rather have dirty tires in Minnesota or enforce a nutrition label in Mississippi?
Dirty tires.
You could only have one serving.
In Mississippi, you're not allowed to enforce nutrition labels?
Like, I think it's what's written on the labels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I
weird.
guess so.
Oh boy.
All right, Daniel. Would you rather wrestle a bear in Missouri or raise a rat as a pet instead of prey for other animals in Montana?
I would only wrestle the bear if I know I'm gonna win. So I'm gonna have to raise a rat.
All right.
Rats are cute.
Haven. Would you rather get married with an STI in Nebraska or sit or lay down on a public sidewalk in Nevada?
The Nevada one. I don't want an STI.
All right. Shane, would you rather pick up seaweed on the beach in New Hampshire or wear a bulletproof vest while committing a crime in New Jersey? Wait. So it's like double punishment if you wear a bulletproof vest?
Where
It's kind of like, well, you're this far in, so
bulletproof vest as filling up gas can?
Or maybe the crime is legal as long as you don't have a bulletproof vest on.
I don't know. What would you rather do?
I'd rather pick up seaweed.
Okay. Cameron, would you rather get in trouble for being a mentally insane felon trying to vote in New Mexico, or wear slippers after 10 p.m. in New York? That's
Wear slippers
dumb.
after 10.
It did say it wasn't proven or whether or not.
yeah, it's just allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. Daniel, would you
Yeah.
rather play drunk bingo in North Carolina or
Not
shoot
proven.
fireworks after 11 p.m. in North Dakota?
Dude, I already talked about how bingo is an S tier game. I'm playing bingo.
Jesus.
Drunken bingo it is for you.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
the chick one.
Oh! What the?
You were right. It is
I
dyed
was
chicken.
telling
It
you
is
it
actual
wasn't
dyed
eggs.
chickens.
Telling you it was chickens.
That's so weird. Anyways,
That should
Haven,
not be a thing.
would you rather sell dyed chickens in Ohio or horse tipping in Oklahoma?
Dyed chickens because I don't want to tip a horse. That's mean.
That's
It's mean to die chickens.
Oh, okay. Shane, would you rather go hunting in an Oregon cemetery or pay a psych in Pennsylvania? Or psychic. Pay a psychic in Pennsylvania.
Dude, freaking Sean Spencer. I
In
love that
between
show.
the lines,
Well,
there's
I mean, that depends. Am I hunting an animal or am I hunting ghosts? Because I'd rather hunt ghosts.
Could
Phasmophobia?
just hunt people.
I
It's
would- well,
easy. Just go down in the 6 feet.
Normally,
6 feet.
I would rather hunt ghosts, but yeah,
What?
That would be a
We're
cool
just
Phasmophobia map.
we're just gonna assume they're
A
talking about
cemetery.
ghosts.
So
Yeah.
what did you say? Hunt ghosts?
Yeah, I'd rather hunt ghosts.
All right.
If it's
Cameron.
animals, though, then
That'd be cool.
Would you rather race a horse on a highway in Rhode Island or play pinball as a minor in South Carolina?
Play pinball as a minor, even though that's now impossible for me.
It's fair.
Daniel, would you rather fall asleep in a cheese factory in South Dakota or share your Netflix password in Tennessee?
Well, I mean, I'm already kind of mooching off my grandparents' Netflix, so I'm going to have to fall asleep in a cheese factory.
Oh, 50-50
Dead
split.
tie. Wow.
Oh, Haven. Would you rather sell a human organ in Texas or bite someone while boxing them in Utah? Not proven.
Go all
Not
Mike
proven.
Tyson on them.
Jake Paul. If you've seen the recent
Yeah.
clips.
I did see
I'm gonna
that.
go with selling a human organ because A, I would make more money, and B, I wouldn't be like unhonorable, you know? Because I feel like fighting someone in a fight is kind of not cool.
Or is it strategy?
That's fair.
Yeah, but like typically fights don't allow that. So
that depends if
Alright.
it's professional or street fighting.
Shane,
Yeah.
this question's just for you.
Oh,
Would you
great.
rather wear fake teeth without your husband's approval in Vermont or go trick-or-treating over the age of 12 in Virginia?
That's really specific. That's really
Well,
specific.
wow, you're not allowed to trick or treat over the age of 12 in Virginia.
Damn,
Well,
dude. Vermont's or not
considering-
Vermont. Virginia's boring.
Considering I already have 4 fake teeth in my mouth, I'm gonna go with the fake teeth because I think it's funny.
That's
Have
fair.
you gotten your husband's approval?
Nope.
All right. Cameron, would you rather attach a vending machine to a utility pole in Washington or wear a hat in a West Virginian movie theater?
That law was
Repealed in
repealed
2010.
Yeah.
I'll do the hat in West Virginia because it seems a lot more feasible for me to do that in real life.
So it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fair.
Alright. I'll just do everybody answer the next 4.
It's the butter one.
All right, so we're just gonna go down the list of Daniel, Haven, Shane, Cameron. Just say which one you'd rather do. Would you rather use a butter substitute in Wisconsin, or not display expensive art in your 1,000 plus Wyoming building.
So
You know I'm going butter.
Yeah,
have
so
to
you
display
have to display expensive art.
Butter
If you own a building that is worth more than $100,000.
I'm using butter, dude. Or using the butter substitute. Rather.
Butter. Okay, Haven.
butter.
Butter. Shane.
I hate butter substitutes, so I'm going to go with the expensive art.
All right. Cameron.
Butter.
Butter. 64%.
Let's go.
That was
That was last one.
that
Nice.
was the last one. Okay, well, it's a good thing I did it at that time. All right. Thank you all for tuning in to my Would You Rather.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
What are the hot takes this week?
Hot takes this week are Haven, Daniel, and Shane, because Shane wants to.
I have some prepared.
Daniel, did you prepare?
I did prepare.
Okay. Which one of us would like to go first?
Our guest.
I think we should let our guest go.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shane.
Go ahead, Shane.
Okay.
Go ahead. First one.
One
All
at a
right.
time.
Here's one of my things. I believe that Superman is better than Batman.
Wow. Oh my god. Superman is too powerful.
You wanted to start it off that way, huh?
You
Feel like-
really had
Hey,
to
man,
go and do
I'm
that.
just saying. I'm just saying.
I feel like it's more of an age thing, actually. I feel like more older people like Superman because I feel like it's
Well,
more their generation, like a
I may look
classy-
like I'm 30, but I'm 18.
I was gonna say I'm the oldest here. I'm 19 and I'm freaking Batman.
But I feel like I mean like younger people like us.
I'm
who like more
gonna
edgy stuff.
say I like Batman more simply because I just have a huge thing against Superman. I've always had a huge thing against Superman. I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Wait,
like
your
Haven.
mother-
I like Batman more than Superman, like a lot more.
Wait, your
I
mother and my mother have the same name?
I like the way,
We're not getting into
I like
that.
the
But
way
anyways,
what's his name played Superman. Can't
Henry
remember.
Cavill.
Yeah, Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
I thought he was good Superman.
I really
He was
liked
good.
I really liked the way he played it, but I just don't like Superman. Never have, never will.
I think Man of Steel is the closest we've gotten to have like a compelling
Oh, see,
Superman story.
I enjoy the old campy Superman stories. I love them. I think they're
I-
great. But I think
like
Batman
Batman.
movies are so much better.
I think the Batman movies are better, but as a character, I don't know. I've always liked Superman. I always thought he was cool. I like Superman better than Batman.
Yeah.
I never really
I
understood
like
his
Batman better.
motivation. But anyway,
Who?
Haven, you or me?
Whichever, man. I don't care.
All right, I can go. Let's start with the less controversial one.
Sounds good.
I believe that Nirvana is severely overrated.
I
Disagree.
agree 100%. I don't really like Nirvana at all.
I-
if I'm being
I
honest
would-
with you.
I would have to agree because I really don't listen to Nirvana at all, and I hear a bunch of people talk about them, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
That
Yeah,
and a bunch of people wear Nirvana shirts who don't listen to Nirvana, and that
Yes!
pisses me off.
yeah.
Ew.
I think severely is a little much. I think overrated. Sure.
I
I don't think they're the.
I
For
mean,
me,
if
I
you
really
look at
like
the big four of grunge, it's Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains. Like the other three are so much better because
I agree. I like Alice in Chains. I like Pearl Jam. Soundgarden is okay, and then I do not. like
Soundgarden's
Nirvana.
one of my favorite bands of all time, boy.
Aiden,
I'm sorry to disrespect your band, but
what do you believe?
I like.
agree with Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's just Kurt Cobain's voice is just so whiny. It's
That's
just
fair.
like, yeah,
I just don't like
But
Kurt
yeah.
Cobain in general.
So
I mean, he didn't-
first,
he was talented. All right, Haven.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I guess it's a little controversial, not terribly. Number one, pie is better than cake.
I agree.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I don't agree.
I don't like eating pie.
Unless it's Jello cake. If it's Jello cake, then I disagree.
I
What?
don't know. I don't know.
Vanilla, like vanilla.
Okay.
You-
Okay. Jello cake. You just make a
Oh.
plain yellow cake, no icing or anything, but you poke holes in it, and then you pour Jello mix into the holes, put it in the fridge, and the Jello solidifies inside of the cake. It's the
That's
best thing on the planet.
That sounds good.
I didn't know.
So if we're
that's what
talking
that was.
Jello cake,
But I think overall pie is better than cake, and I simply say that because I know Cameron doesn't like fruit pies or anything, but fruit pies really do give me life. Like,
I agree.
Blueberry.
oh,
Raspberry, dude. Raspberry pie.
raspberry pie is delicious. Peachberry, raspberry, apple.
Peachberry.
Oh,
Oh,
delicious. So great.
dude, I'm starving.
But
I don't really like pie. I like cake better, but
That's
brownies
fair.
take it all.
that's fair. Shane, your next one.
All right, my second one is my favorite flavor of ramen is beef.
I actually agree.
I like chicken better.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Chicken's better.
I like
Whenever-
white meat better in
I
general.
always, I always had, I mean, I grew up on the beef one. My mom would always buy the beef one, and I don't mind the chicken one. Chicken one's good. I just always liked the beef one better.
Yeah, I was actually every time I got sick, I would be fed beef ramen. So
Yeah.
Dude, that'll just make it worse.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
yep, and it worked like a charm, baby.
It really did.
I don't know what it was about that beef, but
Just gave you heart disease.
yeah, it did. It counteracted one disease with the other.
It's like
All that
70% of your daily sodium.
Yeah, seriously.
I
I agree. Daniel, go ahead. What's your second one?
All right. I know I'm gonna get murdered for this. I'm ready for the hate.
Okay.
Sweet potato fries are better than normal fries.
I don't
You
like
know what?
potatoes,
I
so
don't
I'm
agree.
disagreeing.
I hate sweet potatoes, dude.
They're
I
so
like
good.
sweet potatoes, but sweet potato fries have never been better than regular fries
I
for me.
don't, yeah, I don't think they're better, but they're very good.
I don't
I hate you for your decision, but I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
See, I think it's just I see sweet potato fries as more of like it's like I'm getting sweet potato fries.
Like a
Whereas
delicacy, like a
Yeah,
special occasion.
it's like caviar.
It is a special
Um,
occasion.
I
when you
just
get
hate
them.
sweet potatoes. Like sweet potatoes aren't good in my opinion.
Dude, sweet potatoes are so good, dude. At
I like
Thanksgiving,
sweet potatoes. I honestly just don't like them in fry form. If I had to choose for my actual fries, I would go with regular fries any day.
I agree.
wow,
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
For the last
saddened by this news.
unpopular opinion, mine is talking on the phone is easier and way better than texting.
Yes. I hate texting.
I agree.
Depends on the situation.
Much easier.
Yeah,
I-
it does
It's not
depend on the
as-
situation.
Anytime Haven and I need to talk about something, we always call each other.
Yes.
It's much
It's-
easier, but it's not as convenient.
easier.
I think.
It's
Here's
yeah.
here's the reason. Okay, so like here is like will always be my basis. Will always be my basis of why like obviously it's the best to communicate. But like I think this can apply to some of the guys if like you are in a relationship with someone and they are texting you about something they had a problem with, especially you're like just call me. Does anyone else feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Relates.
I'm
'Cause
like-
I'm
I'm
not
like,
part
oh
of
my
some of the
God.
guys.
Just tell me what it is in person so I can tell you what my thoughts are rather than doing this texting battle.
Or instead of them texting and they're just like, "Oh no, I'm fine."
Yeah, exactly. Or like you them misinterpreting your words.
Yeah, no, if you're texting, it's hard to tell what like subtext is over.
Yeah, like what emotion they're portraying, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You can't hear the inflection in their voice.
Yeah.
Calling is much easier for like an actual, like something that has to do with feeling. I think
Yeah.
when you're talking about feelings, or you're talking about mostly anything else, but I think texting's good for like just
I
quick
think
questions.
the
or
only
whatever.
thing I think texting is better for is just like quick conversations where it's like, you gonna be there on this specific time? Yes. Cool. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Small
I agree.
interactions.
Happy
No, I agree
birthday.
with you.
Thanks. Happy birthday. Thanks. Happy birthday. Thanks.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Dude,
I'm
I
talking
make
about
it
that
a
one
big
meme.
deal. Like I send a video singing a happy birthday song, and I put like 500 emojis.
Why
You
have
don't
I
do that to
happy-
me,
Yeah,
bro.
why haven't you sent
Why haven't
any
you
of these
sent
to
that to me?
us?
Bro, my birthday is December 20th. Can you do this for me?
Do it.
Half
damn
the
it.
time I'm
make a
either with you
cameo.
guys or I post something on Snapchat.
Daniel's making a cameo.
If you don't call me on December 20th and make a video for me, and like
What day is
put a
December
bunch-
20th? What day of the week is that?
Monday?
I
Or
don't
it's
know.
either Monday or Sunday, because
It is a
Christmas is on a
Sunday.
Friday.
It's a Sunday.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
I'm
anyway,
making a note of it.
other
Thank you.
than that, Cameron, it is your turn for inspirational quote of the day.
Well, quickly, I'm just gonna send it into our group chat thing that we have here on
I say
Discord.
of the week.
Yeah,
Wait, where
No.
are you?
on the bathroom
Okay.
chat. So
Alright, let me see.
I will read it. Loners unite, and it's
Well said.
someone dirt biking.
Well
So-
said. Very
All
well
right.
said.
Very
Anyways.
soft spoken.
And with
I
that,
appreciate
in
it.
very, very inspirational quote. Thank you all
Hi.
for joining.
It's time for recommended media, my guy.
Oh my god, I'm so
Aiden's stupid.
sorry.
Aiden's stupid. It's fine.
It's fine.
Anyways,
It's fine. I'll
I'm
take
very
the hate.
excited for this because I have okay. So I found a new album that came out just this year that I was like,
You were telling me about this.
I think I was.
think.
Yeah. I didn't like it at first, but then I listened to it again because they're a band I found recently, and they're a newer band, and I liked it so much that I replaced my original second recommended media and pushed it down for my third one. So they're very small bands. They're called in Roman numerals 13, so capital X and 3 lowercase i's on iTunes. No spaces.
Or Spotify.
Or Spotify, or whatever.
Or Pandora if you're
and
stuck
it's
in
their-
2013.
It's their newest album called The Blood on the Wall. So that is the album I am recommending.
What's the name of the album?
The Blood on the Wall.
Got to create a new playlist for recommended media.
Yeah,
56
they
minutes.
are. I consider them new metal, but I mean, it's up to interpretation.
Officially added.
No, I also have a recommended media.
Yes.
All right.
Our
Um,
first person to have a recommended media that
To share with us.
to share with us.
Now, I was very scared, Cameron, that you were going to say mine, because mine is also an album from a very new band that came out this year. It's considered new core because it's like a mixture of new metal and like hardcore and like deathcore.
I may have
But,
heard this album.
But I was very scared that you were going to say the same album as me. The band is called Talla, Tallah, and the album is called Matriphagy.
Yeah, I've not listened to
Like
them,
they're-
but
they're-
I have seen this.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Can you spell
you?
that for me?
Saw this on your story.
I've seen it on your story, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 fun facts about the band. The drummer is Max Portnoy, the son of Mike Portnoy.
Oh, damn.
And the vocalist is Justin Bonnets, who is famous for his YouTube Scream tutorial, as well as his multiple solo projects that he has, which are all amazing. He has like a metal project called Hungry Lights, which is one of my favorite things of all time. He has like a rap album and like a like indie rock album. But those are not recommended. The only thing I'm recommending is his band's album, Talla. Not sure how to spell Matriphagy, but if you just look up Talla, Tallah.
Yeah, it's
It's their album.
MATRIPHAGY.
The only
Yes.
album that shows up. So.
It's on Spotify. It's on any
their only
streaming.
album. It's their only album.
What?
It's their only
Yeah,
album.
it's their first album. Yeah, they released an EP back in 2018. 5 of the songs in the album were on the EP, but they remastered them and put them on the album with the rest of the songs.
Smart.
Yes, and it is a concept album. There is a story to the album,
Oh, nice.
Dang,
but I will
53
not tell you
minutes.
what it is. I will leave that for you to find out yourself
I love
Through the
concept
music.
albums.
and through
Okay.
outside research.
So I am seeing how my Jim Croce album was very short.
Mm-hmm.
Both
Yeah,
of them-
yours was like what, 30 minutes?
It was
Yes,
30 minutes.
33.
How long is this one?
Both of them
53.
are about an hour.
It's like 53 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
Mine's
53
mine's
for
56.
Aidan's, 56 for Cam's.
Whoa.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Mine's telling me 57.
Well, yours is
Which
live.
one?
Whoa.
Yours is wrong.
Thank you for the
Aidan,
suggestion. I will definitely.
Yeah.
We will definitely listen to both of these.
Yes,
Aidan, I
we-
don't think you'll like either of these albums. Just
I know
You will not like either.
and will not like.
I
either.
will. I
Good
will
luck.
listen through the pain.
Yes,
All right.
but good luck.
I think I'll enjoy them.
I think you'll enjoy some parts. For
Dude,
sure.
I know I'll enjoy them because I've already heard some little bits from both.
I'd say number
So
12,
I'm excited.
Photographs and Fade Away, is the lightest song. So, hey, Aidan, that might be your best.
I
chance
feel
at
like the
liking a song
one
that's light.
I won't like just from the name is the Silo from Matriphagy. I feel like that.
Oh, dude, the Silo is probably the lightest song on Matriphagy.
Oh,
And,
wow. I might like.
and I will let you guess what the song is about.
I
Missiles
won't-
or corn
Nope. What'd you say?
or wheat, whatever the hell that they keep in silos. I don't know.
Nope.
And 3 acres.
Penis?
I'll let you figure it out.
Well, silos are typically they're on farms. Silo.
Or like a missile silo, but they
Don't
are
think too much about the silo itself. All right.
Okay.
Don't
They're very
think about the
phallically
physical object. Okay.
Okay. Well,
That's all.
All right. And with that
That
very
ends-
nice thing, thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Boys in the Bathroom podcast. We were again joined by Mr. Shane. Thank you
very much.
Yes. Thank you for coming. We will see you next week, I'm guessing. I think.
Yeah. For
Yeah, I'll pop in for the suggested media, then I'll leave and let you boys do your thing.
Yes.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we will see Shane next week. And till then, goodbye. Good night.
Good morning.
it's
Baba
so
Booey.
fun. Goodbye.
Baba Booey.